With the Bears scoring their first district win last Friday night, the mood was high around campus for the rest of homecoming weekend. But Monday, it was back to work as normal as Spencer County has to prepare for the 4-1 Henry County Wildcats who come to town tonight. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spencer County High School. I'm Bo Bruner alongside John Hutchins, and we're here with the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show here on GHP-SPORTS. Week 7, John, yep. Bears football, camouflage night here amongst the students. We got a 20-year reunion of football for
that's awesome
past players.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, and it's fun to be here. You and I have both said numerous times that if we weren't doing this with GHP Sports, that we'd be out there tailgating with all these fans and everything anyway. But seriously, how about this student section back here behind us? It's awesome to have these guys out here. The energy those kids bring to the stands every Friday night, I mean, it just makes you want to go out there. If you're a player, you just want to play harder.
We are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back on the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show, we got a special guest for you here tonight, and you guys will not want to miss it. We'll be right here on GHP Sports.
Oh, boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you dig.
The Cooperative Extension Office is here to serve all residents of Spencer County with educational and research-based programs. We offer programs for youth 5 to 18 years old through our 4-H program, where youth can make the best better. We offer free soil testing, and if you love to get your hands dirty, consider becoming a master gardener. We also offer programs for prevention, wellness, and individual family development, or you can check out our homemaker groups. We are located at 100 Oak Tree Way off Highway 44 in Taylorsville, Kentucky. Come in and see us or check us out on our website or Facebook.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School and the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show. And, John, special guest here today.
Yeah.
One of my favorites at Spencer County High School, Mr. Dawson Barr. Dawson, how's it going?
It's good. Thank you guys for having me here today.
Well, Dawson, we're going to jump right into some questions here for you. As you well know, this is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, the month of September, and that's something that hits close to home for you. Explain your childhood growing up, and for the people that don't know, things you had to deal with.
So I was diagnosed with cancer whenever I was 6 months old to the day. I was diagnosed with 7 tumors on my brain and 3 on my spine. I went through 5 full years of chemotherapy, and I've not had treatment since February of 2012, so that's huge.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
Now I'm involved. I love getting to be the team manager for the football team and the boys basketball team, so I love just giving back to everything in the community as a whole.
So, Dawson, just in your own words, what or maybe even who have you been able to look at or point at as being something that's helped get you through some of these dark days?
That's a great question. So I give all the glory to God. I'm very grateful. I'm blessed. I wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for him, and to be able to share my story of where I've come from and where I am now. I also wouldn't be able to do it without my doctors. I mean, they go through all those years of school and studying to prepare to help, and without them and God, I would not be able to be here today. And all the support from the community just throughout the years has been great from everyone around me.
Yeah.
A couple of months back, you got to go to Frankfort, talk to Governor Beshear and a couple of legislators there to try to make a change, try to raise more awareness. How did that go? Tell us how that went for you.
So it was actually really successful. We were able to get more money to go for research for childhood cancer to try and find a cure. And it's super important because kids are our future, and if we're not able to find a cure, then it's not as easy. So we were able to get more funding for that research in hopes of finding a cure at some point.
So just to kind of tag along with what he just asked you there, what other activities or events that have you been involved with? Like, I know I've seen pictures on Facebook of your mom rappelling down the side of a building in Louisville. What else have you done?
So I help volunteer at a nonprofit organization called Gilda's Club Kentuckiana, and they're an organization that provides help for families that are dealing with cancer. So if you have a connection to cancer, you can go there, and they have all kinds of events throughout the week. They have dinners, and then they also have fun activities once a month. So it just depends. But I've been able to speak at different events for them and help raise a lot of money for them, as well as rappelling down the side of the Hyatt in downtown Louisville.
That's awesome.
That's not for me. So, Dawson, a lot of people don't get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff like John and I do, or your classmates here do. You spend a lot of time, and you just mentioned that, manager of the football team, the basketball team. I've seen you here getting the concession stand ready before football games and things like that. That's something you enjoy doing?
I love getting to get involved. Any time that I can help out, because whenever I was younger, I was the one that was needing help for things. So I love just getting involved in the community and getting to help back. I love the sports teams. Anything that I can do to contribute to make it just a little bit easier is something that I'm all about. So I love every second of it and wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is something we've looked forward to for a while, having you on the show. Actually, I believe it was back March, the FCA Golf Scramble, where we first started talking about getting you on game day with us to be able to interview. And, of course, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and everything. But moving on from that, senior this year.
Yes.
And so this was going to be one of our last chances to do this with you. What kind of plans do you have for after high school?
So I'm definitely wanting to go to college. I don't really have it down to what specific college I want to go to yet, but right now I'm thinking either engineering or business. And so if I go the engineering route, I'm thinking either mechanical or biomedical, and the medical is because I've been involved with the medical world my whole life.
Oh, of course.
And if I go the business route, I thought about going for marketing and getting my real estate license and doing that, but I'm not fully sure what I'm going to do, but I know one thing that I will do for the rest of my life is advocate for childhood cancer awareness.
That's great. And I tell you what, we're going to ask you to do one more thing, though. I know you haven't graduated yet, but we're going to see just how good you are at picking football games here.
Okay.
So our first one up, 4-2 Johnson Central at 5-0 Corbin. Now, these are two teams that's always near the top of the rankings, Dawson in 4A. And anybody that knows me knows where I'm from. Knows the mountain schools. That's near and dear to me. I raised there all my life, and I always attracted by watching those schools play. Johnson Central leads 4A in rushing, 317 yards a game. Corbin's defense is only giving up 82 yards a game on rushing. So something's got to give there. And I think with Corbin adding the twins that just moved here, putting them in that position to where I think it's them and Boyle County at the top of that list, I'm going Corbin here. I think the Red Hounds win it going away.
Do you want to go or you want me to go?
Go right ahead.
I think it's going to be a great matchup. I mean, they both have some solid records. They both have a ton of talent, I mean, for sure. But at the end of the day, I think Corbin's coming home with the win.
Great pick. Great pick. Bo, you know I actually asked for us to do this game simply because where you're from and simply because you understand that rivalry down there. It's legendary in Eastern Kentucky, the Johnson Central Corbin game. And really, you better believe Johnson Central, even though the game is being played at Corbin's, going to show up with a great crowd. They're going to have great energy in that game, but it's not going to be enough. Go Red Hounds. They've got it all the way.
I do. I think Corbin's probably maybe one of the top 2 or 3 teams, regardless of climate, in the state of Kentucky. Our next game, Dawson, we'll let you go first here. 2 district opponents, 4-2 North Oldham at 5-0 Franklin County.
I think that game's going to be a great game. They both have talent. We played Franklin early on in the season. I mean, they have a great team. The atmosphere, I think they're both going to go at it. It's a district game, so it's anyone's game. But at the end of the day, I'm taking Franklin County.
You want me to go ahead and go?
Go ahead.
You want me to? We're going to step out of order here a little bit. Last week, I picked the Mustangs. I picked North Oldham to win big over this Henry County team that's out here warming up right now. Of course, the game didn't go quite like we thought. Mustangs did get the win. It was close. Took that fourth quarter comeback to be able to get that victory. And, Jace Bullock, quarterback for North Oldham, great quarterback. And don't forget, not only is he a great quarterback, but Franklin County also has 6 interceptions already on the season. So keep that in mind with that passing game. That new teal turf up there that the Mustangs have, that might hide tears, but they're playing in Franklin County tonight. Go Flyers.
I've got to do something to try to catch up with John here. He's running away with this thing.
I'm 10-1, by the way, on these, so yeah.
So Franklin County, they have been dominant this year defensively. They're very good against stopping the run. Great Crossing and North Laurel had success throwing the football. North Oldham is a team that likes to throw the football. I said it last week, I'll say it again this week. I think Jace Bullock's one of the best quarterbacks in the Louisville area. I'm going Mustangs in the upset.
Yeah, he's trying to do something. Grasping at straws is what I'm calling it. But.
All right, next up, we got 5-1 South Oldham at 3-1 Woodford County. Battle of two high-scoring offenses here, John. What do you think?
Well, this one, I believe, is going to come down to defense. You know, you talk about these high-scoring offenses. We've already faced that South Oldham team out here in Taylorsville. Love that triple option. Love what they're able to do with that. But, you know, even though they have the offensive output that they have with that triple options, you check this out. Woodford County's top 4 tacklers average on the season right now 21 tackles combined, average for those 4 guys. Also, those 21 tackles, that's 9.5 sacks put into that right there. You put together a very balanced offense that Woodford County takes out on the field, and Coach Johnson sitting over there on the sidelines, I'm sure he's going to be able to find some weak spots in that South Oldham defense. You know, playing the game in Versailles, everything's just adding up, spelling disaster for the Dragons. I'm going to take Woodford County in a close one.
You want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I think that's a pretty interesting take because, I mean, based off, if you go just off the record, I mean, South Oldham, they had a rough start, but then they've bounced back ever since that. And the only concern that I have with Woodford, I think they have a great defense, great offense. I don't know. I just feel like there's been some games that have been really close, and South Oldham has been able to execute more on defense throughout the whole season. And because of that, I think it's going to pay off tonight, and I think South Oldham's going to win.
That triple option is tough offense to prepare for. Here's an interesting tidbit on this. Woodford County has already had 2 bye weeks this year. They had trouble scheduling games. Hard for a team to get in a rhythm when they play a week, off a week, play a week, off a week. And again, that triple option is tough. South is 4th in 5A in scoring defense, 8th in rushing defense, and leads the state with 9 interceptions. That's all I need to know. I'm taking South Oldham over Woodford County.
Yeah, and of course now all of y'all out there can see why he's behind in this total thing. But
all right, last one we got here tonight, Dawson. You go first again. District matchup between 4-1 Henry County and your 2-3 Spencer County Bears. What you got here?
So I'll say this: we've had a rough start, but that doesn't define who we are. We have the talent. The talent is there. Henry County definitely has the talent too. I mean, they fought hard with North Oldham last week. And I'm going to pick Spencer County because I've been at all the practices. We put in the effort in. We got a huge win last week, and that really helps with getting a district win. And I think the momentum's going to stay with us, and I'm going with Spencer County.
You know, Bo, ever since we started calling these games, we've had no issue at all telling people we're homers.
Absolutely.
We bleed blue and white over here for these Spencer County Bears. Then 2023 started. Between graduation, injuries, brutal schedule, it seemed like this was going to be a bumpy season at best. We've seen some highs, we've seen some lows, and it leads me to question just what we have out there on that field. But who am I kidding? Go Bears!
Well, this will come down to who can stop the other's running game. Period. Plain and simple. These are both 2 teams love to run the football. Ray Matthews, Blake Nation, 2 of the top running backs in 4A. I had no doubt about that. But with Kellen Marksbury 100% healthy, Brody Phelps, Brady Smith starting to hit their stride. These teams are 2 evenly matched teams. Look for a turnover to make the difference. I'm going Bears. So, Dawson, man, appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Appreciate all your work you do for this.
Yeah,
not
definitely,
just this school or this community, for what you do for childhood cancer research. I think it's awesome what you do. Anytime you need some help, you let me know.
Well, I appreciate that. I love just getting to, like I said earlier, I love just getting to help out with whatever it is. If somebody asks for me to do something, I'm going to try my hardest to do it. Even if I can't succeed, I'm still going to try at it. So I appreciate all that you guys do. I mean, with you guys doing all the games, this is great for the people that aren't able to make it to the games to be able to watch it, or for people that are at the games and want to go back and watch it, they can be able to watch it. So I appreciate you guys having me on here today, and thank you for all you guys do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you very much. We are going to now pass it over to Morgan. She's going to give you a little insight on what's been going on around campus here at Spencer County High School. Morgan?
Hi everyone, I'm Morgan, and I'm back with my recap of all the other Spencer County sports this week. The boys soccer team finished their regular season with 2 very tough games. They started off with a 1-0 win over Bullitt East Tuesday at home. They also celebrated seniors Thomas Fox, Nate Knoll, Tommy Childress, Caden Schreiber, and Chris Duncan. They went on to play Bardstown last night, where they were defeated 6-1. The boys begin district play Monday at Collins against 4th seed Anderson County. Good luck, Bears. The girls soccer team also finished up their regular season this week with a 2-1 win over LaRue County on Thursday night. They celebrated seniors Drew Mallory, Skylar Mills, Kate Brove, Kennedy Catlett, and Elizabeth Penrod. As the 2nd seed in the district tournament, the girls will take on number 3 Woodford County at Collins on Wednesday. Good luck, Lady Bears. The volleyball team started this week at home against Bardstown, where we came up short in 3 sets, 9-25, 14-25, 18-25. We played Woodford County on Tuesday, the 1st seed in the district, where we were defeated 16-25, 16-25, and 12-25. We took Central to 4 sets last night, where we were defeated 18-25, 15-25, 25-23, and 16-25. We play tomorrow at the Whitfield Invitational Tournament. Wish us luck. That's all I have for sports this week. We'll be right back.
At Acadia Counseling, we offer a professional, down-to-earth approach for adults, families, couples, and adolescents who are looking for lasting results in a non-judgmental environment. Located in St. Matthews and offering telehealth straight to your phone or Wi-Fi-enabled smart device, Acadia Counseling offers evening and weekend appointments. Give us a call or schedule from our website and create a brighter future for yourself or a loved one.
The People's Bank is proud to be a sponsor of the SCHS Bears. The People's Bank is an independent, local community bank dedicated to serving Spencer and surrounding counties. At the People's Bank, we are here to serve you with deposit accounts, mortgage loans, construction and land loans, as well as business and personal loans. The People's Bank is conveniently located with 2 locations, 23 West Main Street in historic downtown Taylorsville, and a branch at 5511 Taylorsville Road in Fisherville. Or you can visit us at our website, www.tpbtaylorsville.com. Banking excellence since 1903. The People's Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Not again. You don't mess with underground power lines.
Should have contacted 811. They'll mark those utility lines free.
Yeah, but this guy ain't real bright.
Neither is the neighborhood.
Know what's below 811 before you dig.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School, the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show. John, last Friday the Bears got a big district win over Western Hills. Come in here, take the win 38-0.
Yeah, you're right, and it doesn't seem to matter.
Got to be big time for their psyche, man.
It does. It's a confidence thing, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem to matter what sport any athlete's playing in. There isn't anything that can replace confidence. Western Hills came in here last week, Bo, undefeated, and had a boatload of confidence, and Spencer County seemed to walk away with it.
Spencer County took the opening kickoff. 2 plays later, Ethan Hampton takes it 42 yards. 17 seconds, John, into the game. Bears already up 7-0.
Yeah.
And on the Wolverines' third play, Keenan Carnes jumped a pass, took it down to the 25-yard line, and then turned around. 1 play later, Jarrett Stewart hits Kellen Marksbury over in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Now we're 2 minutes into the game, 14-0.
And that's how you start a football game. If you're Coach Marksbury, if you're the Bears that were here last week, when Ethan Hampton had that 42-yard run on the second play from scrimmage in the ball game, it was a slap in the face to the Wolverines. It really was. But then you turn around and intercept the pass and immediately score again. I mean, that was a strong right hook to the face right there, not a slap anymore. I mean, Spencer County laid into him. We never like to get too committed, you and I, to what we're thinking the outcome of the game would be. But, Bo, it was 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the game, and it already felt like Spencer County had that one in hand.
Western Hills got the ball for the second time in the game, John. After a 3-and-out, they brought out their punt team. The guy punted the ball, got a net of 3 yards on the punt. Once again, Spencer County with excellent field position. But that time, penalties bogged down the Spencer County offense. But Kyle Brentzel comes in, saves the drive, kicks a 33-yard field goal. Now it's Bears 17-0.
Yeah, and I can't praise this Bears defense enough from last week. We knew coming into the season that our linebackers were phenomenal. We've talked many times about Nick Stowe and Keenan Carnes and what they're able to bring to the table for the Spencer County defense. But then after a few games, we saw the defensive line really come to life. That stand, the goal line stand that Spencer County made down here, that was a statement, Bo. At any level of football, to deny a team those couple yards play after play after play, man, that's extremely difficult. And that defense, they were up to the task last week.
Then Western Hills come out, got the ball for a third time, a second straight 3-and-out for the Spencer County defense, and that ended the first quarter. But, John, down here to our right, first play of the second quarter, Brody Phelps gets the handoff, takes it 27 yards around the left edge on that first play of the second quarter to make the score 24-0. And, John, we're less than 12.5 minutes into the ballgame. Western Hills, next time they had the ball, offense finally got going just a little bit. Anthony Sutton had the 64-yard carry around the right edge. Kellen Marksbury come out of nowhere, runs him down from 10, 15 yards behind him to keep him out of the end zone. And then Spencer County the Wolverines went on down. Spencer County defense stood them up. 3 tries inside the 5-yard line. Actually, a couple of them a little closer to the 1-yard line. And got the turnover on downs.
And that was what I was referencing there a little bit ago, just how difficult that is to do. How the Bears to be able to have a defensive stand like that. And like I said, any level of football that you play in, from Little League clear up to the pros, to be within that 5-yard range of the goal line or even closer, like you said, on a few plays, to get that stop that Spencer County had, that was great. That was a stand, and that was something our defense really needed after giving up that long run. And again, you mentioned Kellen Marksbury coming out of nowhere. He came out of Tanglewood Golf Course is what it seemed like up there on the hill, running down Anthony Sutton and be able to get him down. I mean, that in itself, it would have been so easy with the lead Spencer County had for the defenders just to kind of lay back and, well, he's got a score on us, whatever. But to have that never quit attitude, to run him down like that, that was awesome.
Not only did he run him down on that last play, then the Bears, they got the ball on the 3-yard line after they stood up the Wolverines at the goal line. First play from scrimmage after that, Marksbury takes it 97 yards to the house. Then the Bears are up 31-0. And again, we're barely 15 minutes into this ballgame. Another 3 and out after that by Western Hills. And the next Spencer County drive, John, it was the Brady Smith show. The Bears went 62 yards in 3 plays, all runs by Brady Smith that ended up with him putting the game into the running clock for the Bears and what would be the final score, 38-0. The Bears had 6 possessions in the first half, 5 touchdowns, and a field goal. Western Hills had 6 possessions in the first half, 1 10-play drive that ended in the goal line stand by the Bears, 1 interception by Keenan Carnes, and the other 4, John, 3 and outs, where the Bears defense just manhandled the Wolverines from the onset.
And manhandled, that might not be strong enough word right there. Time and time again, this Spencer County defense played not only as if they knew the play that Western Hills was going to run in that game, but they played defense like their hair was on fire. I mean, they were out there all over the field, taking care of their assignments, helping each other out. The word gang tackle is going to come up often, I think, here in our pregame and hopefully even tonight as we play this Henry County team. But seeing that aggressive nature of Coach Eldridge's defense last Friday night, Bo, that was worth the price of admission right there.
Offensively, the Bears had 380 yards of total offense, 355 rushing yards, 25 yards passing. John, that's a winning formula that we're used to seeing out of a Mike Marksberry offense.
Yeah, and it was a winning formula that these Bears have been searching for really the entire season, it seems like. We, as fans, we come to be accustomed to Spencer County's ability to move the ball on the ground. The last few years to have the multiple attack, weapons and different people that you could use to carry the football, that's kind of what we've gotten used to. But to see that offense be as effective as it was, I mean, I'm sure it gave all of us, not just the team, the fans, the band members, the cheerleaders up here, us up here on the press box, it gave us all a shot in the arm. And really, the most impressive thing was that we once again, like years past, got to see that football go to multiple players on the drives.
Individually on offense, Jarrett Stewart was 1 of 4 for 25 yards and a touchdown. Kellen Marksberry caught that one pass on the second drive of the game for the 25-yard touchdown pass. Running the ball, it was the Bears of old, John. 10 different players carried the ball, led by Marksberry with 4 rushes, 144 yards and a touchdown, none bigger than that 97-yarder.
Yeah.
3 other Bears carried for touchdowns. Brady Smith, 3 rushes, 62 yards and a touchdown, all on one drive.
Yeah.
Brody Phelps, 3 rushes, 51 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Hampton, 2 rushes, 44 yards and a touchdown, and one of those a 42-yard run. So you could see it's that what we're used to seeing out of the Bears. You had the big run by Kellen, 97 yards.
Yeah.
You had the big run out of out of Ethan Hampton for 42 yards. You had a run 27 yards by Brady Smith.
Yeah.
It's where they break those big runs where this running offense, the wing T, really does its damage. Defensively, for the Bears, 20 different Bears, John, recorded tackles, led by Nick Stowe and Keenan Carnes. They had 8 apiece. But I'm more impressed with the 7 players, Nick Stowe, Keenan Carnes,
Preach.
Ian Blanford,
Preach.
Tanner Schuler, Jacob Biller, White Lockard, and Paxton Truitt.
That's
all
right.
recorded 5 tackles or more in the ballgame. We talk about gang tackling all the time. That shows it.
Yeah, it was a defense that was hungry, which was really great to see. We've talked before about how the defense has been out there for, extended drives for 3/4 of the game and how they're getting tired. That defense last week was just a different animal. It was an attacking defense that was attacking really on all 3 levels of that Wolverine offense. When you consider Sutton and Samuels, both their running backs coming into that game, had a combined 809 yards and 13 touchdowns. And then their quarterback, Garrison Graves, he was 25 of 39 coming into that game throwing the ball. And then for the Bears to play defense the way they did, it quickly showed Coach Vanderpool and the Western Hills offense it was going to be a long night.
And those numbers are eerily similar, as you'll see as we get over start talking about Henry County. Sutton and Samuels and their quarterback Graves is really similar to what you'll see tonight out of Henry County. So we're going to step away for just a minute on the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show. When we return, we'll get you up to speed on these Henry County Wildcats as we are about 24 minutes away from kickoff here on GHP Sports.
When you look for a veterinarian for your four-legged friends, you want not only the best care, but also someone who loves your pets as much as you do. At Bourbon City Animal Hospital, we know your pets are family. That's why we treat you like you're a part of ours. Find us at 101 Buchanan Boulevard, Suite 1 in historic Bardstown, Kentucky, or on the web at bourbоncityanimalhospital.com.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center, offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School and the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show. And John, we got to get to talking about these Henry County Wildcats.
All right.
Spencer County has played Henry County, to the best of my knowledge and what I could look back in history, more than any other school they've ever played.
Yeah.
Since Spencer County started playing varsity football 20 years ago, as we are going to have the 20-year reunion here tonight at halftime.
That's right, yep.
20 years ago, every year since 2005, except for the COVID year of 2020, Spencer County and Henry County has played on the gridiron. That's 17 times they've met. Spencer County owns an 11-6 record in those previous meetings, including winning 9 out of the last 11. Now, Henry County is 4-1 on the season, 0-1 in district play. They lost last week, 21-14 to John, a very good North Oldham squad, who's third in the 4A RPI, and a game which Henry County led late into the fourth quarter, and North Oldham scored 2 touchdowns late to take that game 21-14. They do have victories over 2 5A and 1 6A team, John, but those 3 teams combined, their record is 1-15.
Yeah.
They're coached by Matt Wright. Wright is in his 12th year has 12 years of head coaching experience. He's been at Beth Haven, Fairdale, and now Henry County. Has a career record of 41-76 and is 28-40 in his 8 years in Newcastle. So, John, this is we watched film the other night. It's a run-oriented offense that over their first 4 games rushed the ball 77% of the time. They'd only threw the ball 42 times in those 4 games. Last week, they threw the ball with success, mind you, at North Oldham. Senior quarterback Jordan King, 19 of 32 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns in that 21-14 loss.
You know, for much as we would like to be able to put teams on notice about Spencer County and what they can do, we have to also sit here and respect what Jordan King can do and what he did in that game last week. As you mentioned, Bo, Henry County is not a team that has shown the ability to throw the ball very often until last week. Going into the matchup with North Oldham, Jordan King had thrown the ball for a combined 346 yards in the season in those first few games. In their games against them, in their game against the Mustangs last week at North Oldham, he tacked on another 175 yards. That's better than a 50% increase throwing the ball through the air for the Wildcat offense, and could easily be what kept them in the game. Because on paper, honestly, I don't think that game should have been that close.
I don't either, John. I think North Oldham is a really, really good football team. And Henry County was right there the whole way. So when the Wildcats do pass the ball, though, John, King's favorite target's going to be seniors Kyle Gillingham and Blake Nation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll line up out wide. Sometimes they'll line up in the slot, along with junior Brandon McCullum. Now, Gillingham has 14 catches, 191 yards and 5 touchdowns. McCullum has 7 catches, 113 yards and a touchdown. Nation is a running back, but he will spread out every once in a while, John, out to the slot, get some bubble screens, things like that. Look look for that. They try to get Spencer County sucked in. We talk about it all the time with Spencer County's offense. When we run that full play up the middle, trying to suck those linebackers in, trying to suck everybody in, and then you can go to the outside. It's exactly the same thing Henry County's going to try to do with Blake Nation.
Yeah,
he's got 4 catches for 94 yards, Sean, and that's only 3 games is all he's played.
Yeah, and the Spencer County defense has to be prepared for that threat, just like you said. It's a play that, like you're talking about, the offensive coordinators, they're going to be up here looking down. They're going to have somebody up here, eyes in the sky, watching, and they're going to be looking for a Spencer County team that is either lulled to sleep a little bit or maybe even catch them to where the defenders are looking more in the backfield. You know, safety may be cheating up a little bit on defense to stop the running attack, and that's when they're going to smack you with that on the outside, trying to take people out of the play, keeping them in the box, going to make it a little easier to gain some yardage in those open spaces.
But now running the ball is where the bread's butter. And they got a duo, John, that's going to be tough to stop. We talked about Nation lining up out in the slot, and he's also a running back. But junior Ray Matthews, he'll be the feature back of this offense. He's carried the ball 99 times this year for 700 yards and 9 touchdowns. That's over 140 yards a game, and that puts him 6th in the state amongst all 4A running backs.
Matthews, there's one word for him, just beast. He is a beast. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best running backs in the district. And, you know, and this is a district that's got some pretty good running backs in it. But he kind of reminds me, watching film, of maybe like a young Jerome Bettis. But wait, you're a Browns fan, aren't you? Okay, so maybe a Peyton Hillis type of a running back, I guess, if that might speak your language a little bit better. But anyway, he's a guy that's
Mac?
Or that. We could do that. You're talking not only your language but your age when you talk about that. But okay, we can go with Mac. But still, it's a guy that's going to go out there that he's big, he's physical, he's fast. He's a guy, it seems like he's looking for contact when he goes through the line. He loves to be able to hit somebody and try to run somebody over. And so that's where he can be hard to bring down. And we were talking there just a few minutes ago about how Spencer County did such a great job gang tackling last week against that Western Hills offense. Kind of got to steer the same direction in this against a running back like Ray Matthews.
And like we said, don't forget about Nation. He's running the ball 33 times for 200 yards, even though he's only played in 3 games.
Yeah, he's a great complimentary back to Ray Matthews. I mean, his ability to use his speed in the open field, he can be a very effective runner. And then, like you were talking a little bit ago, sometimes they split him out. They put him out there on that outside, and he can catch. And so he's a good target for Jordan King on that outside, whether it's passing plays out to the flats, whether it's the bubble screens. But Spencer County, although they've got to take care of Ray Matthews in this game, when that defense steps up, they need to be checking not only Ray Matthews off of their checklist, but they also need to be looking for number 21 because he will burn them quick in the open field.
20 years of football.
John, defense is where this team excels. Listen to some of these numbers. Scoring defense, 8.2 points a game. That's 2nd in the state.
Yeah.
Rushing defense, 43 yards a game. That's 1st in the state. Team sacks, 14. That's 4th in the state. And that's just the team numbers. We'll get to some individuals.
Yeah.
Leading that stout defense is going to be senior Brody Staples. He's 4th in the state in tackles with 62, including 6 tackles for loss. Now, John, this guy is a ball hawk.
Yeah.
And we noticed in our film session, Coach Wright will line him up. Most of the time he's at linebacker, but he's all over the field. We've noticed him at linebacker. We noticed him with his hand in the dirt on the D-line, kind of like that hybrid position sometimes. We saw James Hall play for us last year when he was here at Spencer County.
Brody Staples. I mean, that's a great name. I love that name right there because when you look at just the name Staples, he's someone that, just like a staple holds together paper, he holds this defense together. He really does. He staples this defense together into a tight unit that can go out there on the field and do something. And, the 62 tackles he's had, that's impressive. But honestly, I'm more impressed with his ability to get in the backfield. I mean, his tackles for loss has just been incredible this year.
The Spencer County Junior
He's sitting here already with 6 tackles for loss, 1 sack on the season. And so what he can do getting into the backfield, that's something Spencer County is going to have to be aware of. You know, he's got a great nose for the football. As you called him, a ball hawk actually out there on the field. And I believe we are going to step away here for a second for the national anthem. We'll be right back here on GHP Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Spencer County High School Band under the direction of Head Band Director Tara Alcorn, Assistant Band Director Becca Owen, Drum Majors Emily Alcorn, Nathan Spencer, and Jasmine Dawson as they play our national anthem.
So we're back here on GHP Sports. Thank you to the Spencer County High School Marching Band for their rendition of the national anthem. And we also really do appreciate the junior ROTC that we see every week out here, Bo. They oftentimes are at basketball games too. They do such a great job representing not only the school but our nation's colors, bringing it out on the field. But I believe to kind of get back to where we were a little bit, we were talking a little bit about Brody Staples, Bo, about what he does, what he means to this defense out there. Again, the 62 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. He already has a sack on this, or 2 sacks, I believe. No, 1 sack on the season. I'm sorry. But, I mean, the young man, he just has a great nose for the football, Bo, and you combine that with an incredibly quick first step, he's going to be a handful for the Spencer County Blockers.
Senior Craig Cole, John, he's another beast out there, and 7th in the state in individual tackles with 57. Senior Nathan Corum was 12th in the state with 51 tackles. Now, John, there's only 15 4A players in the state that's averaging over 10 tackles a game. 3 of them are on this Henry County defense.
Yeah, definitely a tough test for the Bears tonight. But after showing us the versatility that the offense had last week, the multiple players touching the ball, the success that they had, Bo, I believe we're up to the challenge.
You got Kyle Gillingham also. He's 4th in the state with 7.5 sacks. So, like John said, you can see it's going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough nut to crack for the Spencer County offensive unit, who, John, up until last week has looked kind of inept at times at trying to move the football. So we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back on the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show, we'll have the Taylorsville Community Church John's Keys to the Game and more as we are 10 minutes from kickoff here on GHP Sports.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center, offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School, the Kentucky 811 Call Before You Dig pregame show. John, camouflage night here for the students. We can't see them. They're right below us. We can't see them.
We can hear them, though. That's the great thing. At least we can hear them. Again, we talked about this before, how great it's been that they moved the student section to the middle of the field. They're behind the players. They're down in front of us. The energy these kids bring, I mean, goodness, if I'm a player out there, that's just going to help fuel me. I mean, it's great. And also, I really like how with all these theme nights, the students just dive in head first.
They do.
I mean, it's awesome.
Even the cheerleaders tonight have camouflage on. And also, Spencer County, 20 years of having a varsity or having a football program here at Spencer County High School. They had a reunion today. A lot of those players going to be here tonight, be recognized, I do believe, at halftime. Big-time tailgate they had out there on the backside of the old gym. Yep. John, you and I walked out there for a minute and didn't really recognize a whole lot of people when we went out there. But it's nice to see all those guys that come back. This means something to them. They come back to their old school and get to enjoy something and see the progress that this team has kept moving on since they started.
It's a legacy almost, to where – from this, we've talked about it many times where Spencer County football games, you would bring your lawn chair and sit on the back of the end zone, and it would be on a Saturday because they didn't have lights to play on Friday night.
Yep.
No bleachers. It was, lucky to have the grass mowed at times, it seems like. And so for it to be what it was in its infancy at 20 years ago, to become what it has now, back-to-back district champions, played in the third round of the playoffs 2 years ago, second round of the playoffs last year. And so just for what they were able to do and what they've been able to accomplish at Spencer County High School, it's been nothing short of amazing to watch over the years.
Once again, let's congratulate Seth Shelley for qualifying.
So, John, let's take a look at our Taylorsville Community Church, John's keys to the game.
Sure.
As we get ready for the Bears getting ready to take the field here, about 7 minutes from kickoff. The first one we've got up here is be gritty, not pretty.
And Spencer County's great at this. I'm really trying to reinforce something that they already do. Spencer County's a team that, even though you see a lot of this pre-snap motion and stuff, it's motion with a purpose. It's not just there for flash and flare. Spencer County, a lot of what they're going to try to do offensively and defensively is just execute. They need to execute the basics. Pick up your blocks, be able to take care of everything you need to do. Running backs, hit the hole you're supposed to hit. If you got a lead blocker, if you're a receiver on the outside that's picking somebody up, or if you're a receiver that's even going out for a pass, just execute the route. We don't have to be fancy tonight. We do not need to be fancy to beat this Henry County team. Just take care of the basics, do what needs to be done, and Spencer County's got it.
Next one we have is nastiness on the D-line. I just love the sound of that.
Nasty. Well, understand, Bo, I'm not talking nastiness like shaved heads and card-carrying lunatics out there on the defensive line, although that would be kind of intimidating, I guess, getting off the bus. But still, the defensive line is going to be key in this game more than, I think, anything else. We've talked already about Ray Matthews, Blake Nation, and what they're able to do running the football, and then also Jordan King and his success as a quarterback here of late. That D-line has to hold their own tonight. You have to be able to get pressure on Jordan King, but not only get pressure on him, you also have to be able to suck up these blockers, because we do have the linebackers like we talk about, Nick Stowe, Keenan Carnes, Ian Blanford, different guys back there that they have a responsibility. And if you allow that offensive line to get to that second level, to pick up those linebackers, it's going to be very difficult for Spencer County to do anything against the running backs, like Nation or Ray Matthews, and that doesn't even account for the fact that they're going to keep us out of the backfield and allow Jordan King to throw all over us. So nastiness on that D-line, have to be able to hold your own, take care of your job, hit your gaps.
And the big blue wall.
The big blue wall. I know we've had conversations about the big blue wall. Of course, it's obviously, comes from the University of Kentucky, and I'll admit here of late it's been more of a big blue curtain over there, it seems like, on that offensive line. But here, for Spencer County, this offensive line has to handle their business tonight. We talked about Brody Staples and just how effective he is at the linebacker position and able to get into the backfield, the tackles for loss that he has, the sack that he has. Other players on the team that with sacks. We've got Kyle Gillingham, 7.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss already. Nathan Corum, also 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Spencer County, that offensive line has kind of been something that's been a bit of a struggle for these Bears this year, trying to find their identity, trying to find what they can do. These guys have to come together tonight. They have to be able to get their blocks. They have to be able to make the holes where they're supposed to, pull around, get to their guy, and make these just incredible blocks, because if we don't bust these holes open, if we don't give our running backs the opportunity to get positive yardage, or give Jarrett Stewart the opportunity to be able to have time in the pocket to throw the football, it's going to end up being a long night for the Bears.
All right. We got the coin flip here. The official out there explaining everything to both teams. We got captains for Spencer County is Connor Lawson, Jacob Blanzick, Kellen Marksbury, and Nick Stowe.
Visitor will call. Visitor has won the toss, and they defer to the second half. Spencer County will receive the opening kickoff in this football game and going to defend the right side of the field.
The Bears will receive the opening kickoff. Tonight's opening kickoff is being brought to you by German American Bank.
And, John, I believe a hurricane started up here. We've got the wind starting to blow.
It is starting to blow a little bit. But, I don't mind. I don't know if you can see, if all y'all could see on the game day. I wore long pants tonight. And actually when I got here, I was kind of regretting it a little bit. I'm like, man, it's kind of hot. But I know if I can get to where the sun's going down, I'd be all right. And, Bo, I think I'm getting there. It's starting to get a little more comfortable now. But, yeah, it was definitely a rough decision for me before I left the house today, sitting there going shorts or pants, shorts or pants, shorts or pants. So, but here we go now with Spencer County Bears about ready to take the field.
Always love this American flag, Spencer County flag coming out. John, we went in the locker room probably about a little over an hour ago, and those flags sitting right there by the door. They're just ready to go. That's one of the first things they grab when they get here.
Oh, and I think it's one of those. It's a sense of pride for some of these kids carrying that flag. It's like a dotting the I in Script, Ohio for the Buckeye Band, or just there's different things. The block O for Ohio State. I'm from Ohio. I know a lot of Ohio football trivia, but wearing the 0, the block O number is kind of a special thing. And so just what those traditions that you have, and then to see this team and those guys want to be able to carry that flag, lead their team out on the field, coming out here with some energy tonight, and I like it. You and I had the conversation, and I'll let y'all in a little bit on the conversation that we had. We talked earlier about the game that Henry County played last week against North Oldham, the Mustangs, and how on paper it just kind of seemed like North Oldham should have handled their business pretty easily in that game. But Henry County was able to hang in, and actually made it to where it was the fourth quarter for North Oldham, the Mustangs, to come back and win that game. To me, I think that kind of bodes well for Spencer County coming into this. We have a lot of momentum that we built off of last week's big win over Western Hills. A lot of good things happened, and Spencer County was able to move the ball effectively, have great defense, and something good to build off of. And so now we bring this Henry County team in that played a good North Oldham team and was able to get that victory. And I wonder, or did not get that victory, but play them well. And I wonder if that didn't kind of just play with their psyche a little bit this week. Maybe keep them a little more overconfident than what they ought to be coming into this game. But either way, this one could be a barn burner right here, Bo. I'm ready to get it started.
Bears dressed in black, white helmets, white pants. Henry County all white pants, jerseys, red helmets. And we are getting set for kickoff, John. Brady Smith back deep for the Bears. Kellen Marksbury off to his right. Ethan Hampton off to the left. Morgan Wilson on the kickoff for the Wildcats. The kick hits the ground.
Oh, wise. That's smart.
Smart move by Ethan Hampton there. Let that go out of bounds. That'll give the Bears very good field position.
Yeah, that'll bring the ball up to the 35-yard line there. A legal procedure with the kick out of bounds. Great place to start if you're Spencer County. Already got some decent, positive, yardage going on here for their first possession, and now this is where we need to see Spencer County pick up from what they were doing last week, Bo. Get that energy going quick. Just impose your will on this Henry County defense. I think another thing that's going to be interesting for us in this game that we need to keep an eye on, Bo, that defensive line for Henry County, a lot of offensive linemen too, playing both sides. Just see how well they can wear them out.
Handoff to Hampton. Gets around the left side. Going to get up to about the 40-yard line. Pick up about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
Yeah, Brody Lyons right there, and also Blake Nation in on that stop. But a good start there for Spencer County. Anytime you can get over that 3.5 yardage or so every play. I mean, if you can do that, Bo, you're going to get first downs. You're going to move the ball down the field. As we see here on the Country Mart Instant Replay.
Second down 5 for the Bears. Handoff up the middle. Carnes is going to get forward. Going to go down about the 44. I believe he's going to be just short of the marker, maybe a half yard.
Yeah, that's about what they got him, about a half yard, maybe 14, 15 inches from looking from up here from that 45-yard line. And going to get us a nice 3rd and short right here, something that really a coach can call just about anything with.
3rd and 1.
Drew Barron out to the near side of the field. Danny Armstrong now in at fullback. Stewart under center. Takes the snap. He's going to take it himself.
Oh, he's got it easy. He's got it easy.
He picked up about a yard. He did get across the 40. They're going to mark him good enough for the first down.
And a push, and that's good for another.
One of the big advantages Spencer County has with a quarterback like Jarrett Stewart, the height that he has and what he's able to do, just basically stretching out his body to be able to pick up yardage on those short yard plays. And then the push you get to. The offensive line so far really not giving up any ground to this defensive line. And again, as I mentioned, this defensive line's got a lot of guys on it to play on the offensive side of the ball. Those guys, you get them wore down, and you might be able to do something.
Handoff cuts back up the middle. Brady Smith gets across the 50 to about the 48-yard line.
I love seeing this,
Pick up a 7.
I love seeing this. This offense, this is what we're used to.
That's Brody Phelps, I'm sorry.
This is what we're used to seeing out of Spencer County. They're running the wing tee that we all know. You get that pre-snap motion. You get those inside handoffs. You get those counters, those different things coming through the line. And, of course, this is what Henry County knows we're going to do too. And the fact that we're having this type of success early against our defense, this is positive.
Armstrong up the middle. Gets up to about the 44-yard line. Be good enough for a Bears first down.
Armstrong pushes the line, and that's good for another.
Love seeing that type of offense from Spencer County right now. As you see on the Country Mart Instant Replay, just the push you're getting from that offensive line. You had 3-4 offensive linemen up there with him as he's picking up that first down, just driving guys back off of the line of scrimmage. And that's the type of effort we need all night from the Big Blue Wall.
And off again, Brody tries to get around the outside, spins, makes the guy miss. Going to pick up about 3 on that play. Clock will continue to run.
Short gain on the carry, 2nd and 8.
And Coach Marksbury's thrilled with this. You know, you're doing what you want to do offensively by running the football. You're controlling the clock by keeping it moving by running the football, and also you're limiting the possessions. If you're able to get long, sustained drives like this throughout the game, you're going to change the offensive mindset for the Henry County Wildcats because they're simply not going to have the ball as much.
Handoff, reverse back to Marksbury. Henry County was ready for that, John.
Yeah, they seen that one coming. I believe that was Brody Staples right there coming in on that tackle.
3rd and 11 upcoming.
that young man that we talked about early there in the pregame. You know, we talked about the 62 tackles he already has on the season, the 6.5 tackles for loss, and I make it 7.5 tackles for loss now on the season as Brody Staples is able to drive Kellen Marksberry into the backfield and really kind of put us in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation here at 3rd and 11.
First time Bears been behind the chains like this, John. It's be interesting to see what Coach Marksberry does. Now, you do have a good punter in Tommy Childress that could flip the field for you. Or do you consider this 4-down territory?
It's close to 4-down territory, but I don't know if it is.
Depends on what they do here. Stewart drops back, looks to pass, going long across the middle. He's got Marksberry open.
He's got it! Touchdown, Bears!
45-yard touchdown pass from Jerry Stewart to Kellen Marksberry. And it's just like we talked about, John. Suck those linebackers in,
That's right.
Get everybody to come in expecting to run, and then you beat them over the top.
Kyle Brentzel coming on for the point after try here, and I mean, this is something that this was a quick dagger right there. You know, we talked about the long sustained drive. Henry County having success getting them in that 3rd long situation, and then just to be able to put it over top their heads. We'll get the replay here after this point after try.
Extra point is up and good, and with 7:13 left to go in the first. Spencer County 7, Henry County 0.
Let's look at that Country Mart instant replay on that touchdown. And you're going to see this Henry County team, they're dropping back. They were thinking pass, but nobody wanted to pick up Kellen Marksberry as he come across on that little bit of a seam route coming up the hash marks. Safety, I don't know what he was looking at, really, Bo. The safety sitting back there, Kellen Marksberry, running right by him and never even turned around, never tried to stay with him. And the next thing you know, especially with the speed of Kellen Marksberry, he's got 5 yards on that safety. Easy pitch and catch for Jarrett Stewart and 6 points for Kellen Marksberry.
Stewart put just enough air under that one too, John. Lofted it up over the head of Bodie Lyons. Landed right in Kellen Marksberry's lap. 7-0 Bears. Four-minute, 47-second drive for Spencer County. Covered 65 yards. Childress on to kick.
Great kickoff.
I'm amazed every time I see him kick, John.
Yeah.
Kid's got a boot.
After that touchback.
I mean, seriously, I'll say it. I'll go out there and try to do that. It looked like an onside kick every time, even though I was trying. I mean, that was like, you know, to have that type of leg, have that type of weapon, not only as your place kicker, but also as a punter, you know, he is a tremendous weapon to have on that field for Coach Marksberry.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats, their first possession. 7:13 left to go in the first quarter. Open up, one wide out to the left, 2 to the right. King from the gun. Calling an audible here. Official waving his hand. Handoff. Met in the backfield. No, he gets through. That's Nation. Nation's got some room. He's got a blocker out in front of him. Marksberry trying to run him down. Gets pushed out of bounds, but ends up making the tackle about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to hurt right there. We talked about Blake Nation before the game started and just how quick he was when you give him some open space, and he showed it right there. Spencer County not really all that disciplined on their defensive set, giving up that gap. Too many people tried to hit the outside. If we can look here at the Country Mart instant replay, and you watch these defenders as they go around the outside to try to shut that down and how easy it was for that offensive line to open that hole up for them.
2 out wide to the left side of the field. Handoff. Matthews up the middle. Gets a push. It's going to get down to about the 3-yard line. Pick up a
2-yard gain on the carry. 2nd and goal.
Here's that long run again by Blake Nation. As you see, he was able to cut back, had 5-yard wide hole easily, and then started down the field. And, of course, they had seen the film from last week. Blocker there to try to chip Kellen Marksberry to keep from getting to him, but Kellen, again, too fast being able to get to him to get that stop. Now let's see if this defense can hold up. I mean, it's 2nd and goal now. Let's see if they can get another defensive stand.
King hands the ball off to Nation. Tries to get to the right side. Drug out of bounds about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, Nick Stowe, Keenan Carnes, both there for the defensive stop to be able to get him out of bounds.
It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Mark him at the 2.
Big play right
Matthews
here.
is getting this one here.
Oh, you have to think the power. He's got the size. He's got the physicality. Spencer County just has to be able to fill their gaps, be able to get a hand on him and try to drag that beast down.
Handoff goes to Matthews. He's met at the line of
Oh,
scrimmage.
and he's denied.
Gets to the 1.
3rd down is stopped.
That'll bring up 4th and goal at the 1. Now they're marking him at the 2.
And what do you do if you're Coach Wright here? 'Cause I believe we have the – no, Jordan King's coming back onto the field. They're going to go for it here, Bo.
This is where Spencer County defense come up big last week against Western Hills, shutting down 4 plays. Inside the 5. King, hand off to Matthews, he's in. Touchdown Wildcats.
Touchdown, number 7, Ray Matthews.
And this is what both of these teams don't want to see. I don't think either team wants to see this game turn into a track meet. You know, this is something that we knew coming into this game. Defense was going to be key for either side, and both defensive coordinators have got to be a little bit frustrated with their players right now. Look to make some adjustments, and that in itself, Bo, those adjustments might make the difference in this game.
Wilson on for the PAT. King with the hold. And the extra point is good. And with 5:06 left in the first,
number 17,
all knotted up at 7. After the 70-plus yard run there,
yeah,
the defense actually looked pretty good.
They did, and it was eerily similar to what we saw when Anthony Sutton had his long run last week from Western Hills. One of those plays where you hope it was simply just a hiccup from Spencer County, and that's what it was for Anthony Sutton with his run. But at Spencer County, if that was just a hiccup with that long run by Blake Nation, they get back onto the, get everything back to the drawing board. Defensive coordinator Tyler Eldridge, he makes adjustments better than anybody else. So what he's going to be able to do with his defense to try to close down those gaps is going to be key.
Wilson on for the kickoff. Smith, Hampton, and Marksbury back deep. They're going right at Hampton both times. Fields this one at the 16-yard line. Gets it from the 30. Got a good block from Marksbury. He's going to get gang tackled about the 39-yard line. And again, good field position for the Bears.
Yeah, it looked like Kyle Gillingham really coming across that field and getting that tackle on Ethan Hampton. Still, like you said, Bo, great field position for Spencer County to start this next drive. And this next drive, very important. Spencer County needs to answer. They need to show that did not faze them, that they're able to still move this football and be able to put points on the board and try to wear down this defense from Henry County.
Bears break huddle on the sideline. Drew Barron going to go out wide to the right. Smith goes in motion. Ball's on the ground. Henry, no, it bounces out. I believe Stewart got
back on it. Yeah, a little bit of a bad exchange there between the center and the quarterback. Fumbled on the snap. We're going to lose maybe a half a yard, looking like, from where they marked the football. They're still going to call it 2nd and 10, but I think they are just a little bit behind the chains there. Very difficult right there. As you can see,
Henry County fell on the football and it popped out. Right there you see Jarrett dove for it and got back on top.
But, yeah, you could see from the offensive linemen what they were doing, trying to run that sweep out to the right side. Guys pulling out there. Nobody had a clue. Luckily, Jarrett Stewart, aware of what was going on, saw the football get out and got on top of it.
Handoff. Armstrong bounces off one tackle. Gets hit, gets pushed back, going to lose about another yard here. It's going to bring up third and
upcoming third
about
and
12.
Yeah, so far Henry County come out in this drive. Obviously the first play was kind of one of those, it was up in the air. You know, the fumble, don't really count it, but you figure the way that they were able to try to slow down our offense in that first possession as we were getting first downs, and they're on a play like that to be able to get in the backfield, shut down that running attack. Now it leaves us third and behind the sticks again, and, of course, last time this was a touchdown pass to Kellen Marksbury. I don't look for that free safety to drop back too awful far in this situation.
Stewart looks to pass across the middle, catch made.
He's right at it. Right at it.
Brady Smith going to mark him about the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to
give him the first down.
After the catch.
Knew it.
Good presence there, John, to know exactly where you're at. Get to the sticks and get the first down.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and make that catch to be able to go down and get it. Great job there by Brady Smith making that reception.
Stewart
staying underneath
here.
Well, if you watch the coverage right here, they're dropping back into a zone coverage, Henry County is, and where Smith is able to come out into that little middle area, that little cushion of the zone, find space right at the first down marker, make that catch, keep this drive alive, and keep this Henry County defense on the field.
Stewart from the gun. Quick screen pass out to Marksbury. Gets chased down from behind by Matthews. They're going to lose about 3 yards on that play.
Short loss on the screen. 2nd and 12.
Call it 2nd down and 12. Loss of 2 on that play.
Looking at my drip, looking at your drip.
Yeah, so far, Henry County, they've given up a few chunk plays, which hurts them, and that's something that's going to drive Coach Wright crazy over there with these chunk plays that they've given up. But generally speaking, this second possession now, to come out here and to be able to know what Spencer County really wants to do, running the football out of that wing tee, being able to make the adjustments and get the stops, this is something that Coach Marksbury is going to have to try to catch them in.
And it goes in motion. We're going to get a false start here, I believe, John.
Dead ball, false start. Yep.
Had to push them back 5 more, make it 2nd down, 17.
Penalty. 2nd and 17.
On the Spencer County 43-yard line. Armstrong running onto the field.
Only the second penalty of the game, and that's including one of them being the opening kickoff that went out of bounds, the illegal procedure on the kick out of bounds. This is only the second flag that's been thrown. Minute 37 left to go in the first quarter, so pretty clean game so far from these two teams.
Eight guys in the box for Henry. Marksbury gets around the left side, got some room. Gets back across midfield up into about the 45-yard line. Going to pick up about
the Wildcats 46-yard line.
12 on that play.
3rd and 6.
We'll call it 11. Make that 3rd down and 6. Ball now on the Henry County 46-yard line.
Definitely 3rd and manageable now compared to that 2nd and 17 Spencer County was facing.
And again, this time Brody Phelps.
Oh, not denied, not denied.
I think he got it, John. That last-ditch effort there by Brody Phelps, stretching the ball across the 40. That's going to give the Bears the first down.
That's good.
So Spencer County so far in this drive, even in the last drive, found themselves in spots where they actually hurt themselves, whether it was a penalty situation, whether it was the fumble on the snap, whether it was getting tackled in the backfield, but still rising to the challenge every time to be able to get those first downs. And that looks like that might be the last play of the quarter, Bo, as we drop under 10 seconds.
I believe it is. So at the end of one, your score, Spencer County 7, Henry County 7. We'll be right back on the Doherty's Body Shop and Service Center Game of the Week here on GHP Sports. Welcome back to Spencer County High School and the Darty's Body Shop Service Center game of the week. And, John, we going to see the Country Mart instant replay here of that effort by Brody Phelps.
And all I can say is just desire. You know, you see the patience off the start, seeing the blocks develop, him letting his blockers get into place, but the patience and then also the desire, knowing where that first down marker was.
That run again by Phelps.
Short gain on the carry. Second.
Pick up about 2 or 3. Pick up 3 on that play.
We'll say 3. We're homers. We'll say 3.
Spencer County taking her time. John, we talked this game, both teams running the football like this. Not a lot of clock stoppages in this. That first quarter went pretty quick.
It went lightning quick, and you know the score to be 7-7. You know this is only the third possession of the football game here. Second one for Spencer County. Henry County only with 1 possession so far. So definitely going to limit the opportunities, the chances that these teams have to score.
Stewart across the middle hits Marksbury. I believe that's Marksbury. I can't see that far.
Yeah, that's incomplete.
Calling it incomplete.
Yeah, it was Marksbury. He had a little bit of a juggle there as that ball came in there. Thought maybe he was able to come up with it. Contact came, knocked the ball loose, and it's going to be third and about 7 or 8.
May have been just a little bit behind him. Up until then, Jarrett Stewart was 3 of 3 for 55 yards. Speak here on the Country Mart instant replay. Yeah, just a little bit behind him.
You have timeout on the field.
Timeout, Spencer County.
Not a bad place to use a timeout if you're Coach Marksbury. 11 minutes, just a touch, a tick or two over left in the first half. And as we talked about just in the end of that last play, Bo, the limited of possessions that we're going to see, the amount of clock being used up by these offenses by running the football, puts you in a spot where right now, looking at a third and a long 7 here to go, this is a very important play for Spencer County, needing to pick up this first down. But also, again, as you talked about on that first drive, are we getting to the spot where we might see go for it on 4th down situation, which can really affect the type of play Coach Marksbury wants to call here. Do you want to go with something that you can pick up the first down with here? Do you want to go with something that you might not, but if you don't, it's okay because you're going to go for it on 4th. It's something to think about. Definitely wanting to get the right play in here and get that right mindset for how we're going to attack if we do have a 4th down.
This time it look like we're going to go with 1 wide out each way, John. Kellen out to the right side of the field, Barron out to the left. Stewart from the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Looks back across the 50. Got Brady Smith open.
He gets
it. Going to get pushed out of bounds about the 10-yard line.
Stewart to Smith.
27-yard completion from Jarrett Stewart to Brady Smith.
Yeah, as we'll see here on the Country Mart instant replay, play action pass, which really helps when you're a run-heavy type of an offense. Going to suck those linebackers up for just a second. But then Brady Smith to be able to come from his wing position, run that fade route to the outside and be open. You know, corner there, sitting there, Blake Nation, looking to the inside off of that play action pass. Nobody on the outside to pick up Brady Smith. Nice first down there for Spencer County.
Bears now 5 of 6 on 3rd down, John. Same formation here. This time Marksbury to the right. Yeah, they are going to hand this one off. Phelps. Going to get drugged down, maybe lose a couple yards on that play.
Yeah, I think he is going to lose about 3 or so yards, maybe 2 yards on that play, but still a play. It's not a play call I don't like. You know, I understand there was a loss taken on that, but understand that formation in itself, having 2 wideouts, 1 on each side, is not something you see a lot from Spencer County. Last play when they did it, they threw the ball. You have to show the defense that you have other threats when you do these different formations, or otherwise you're just going to tip your cards out to them and tell them, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to throw the ball in that situation. So running the ball definitely keeps the defense honest.
And off to Marksbury. He's got a lead blocker, Ryan Toby. And Marksbury gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he may have got back to the 15.
They got him marked about the 14, I believe. Might be the line of scrimmage, maybe a touch over. But just a play that took way too long to develop right there. Spencer County came around the outside with Kellen Marksberry, looking for space, lead blockers out there, but just Henry County filling, just working their way down, guys coming up, being able to string that to the out of bounds line, and it just so long for Kellen to try to find a place to turn and cut up field and use that speed that by the time he got to the sideline, just nowhere to go.
3rd and 13. Bears can get a first down. Stewart looks to pass across the middle. Pass is caught.
It's going to take it down to about the 5-yard line.
Pass made up to the Wildcats 5-yard line, 6-yard line, 4th and 5.
Yeah, I too didn't see who that was.
It was Kellen made that catch. And Marksburg's sending the field goal unit on.
Not a bad idea. One, it's well within Kyle Brensel's wheelhouse to get these 3 points right here, but also in a game that we've already talked about, very few possessions happening. Henry County's only had the ball once. This is only our second possession. And we're looking at 8:45 left to go in the half. You have to take points when they give themselves the opportunity. So great call here by Coach Marksberry to go for 3.
Hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good.
It's good.
Kyle Brensel tacks on 3 more, and with 8:32 left to go in the first half, Spencer County 10, Henry County 7.
Great drive there by Spencer County. Sorry, not Henry County.
23-yard field goal there by Brensel.
Here we look at the replay, too, of that instant replay. But that entire drive really for Spencer County, and again, showing the resiliency, the fact that there were so many times, Bo, that they were behind the chains. We had the penalty, we had fumble, we had, a lot of tackles for loss for this Henry County defense. But Spencer County, their coaches, their players, still finding some soft spots, still finding some ways to make up that ground, be able to get down there and put points on the board. Those 3 points right there, it may not seem like it in the second quarter, Bo. Those 3 points were huge.
Childress on the kick. Nation back deep for the Wildcats. A little shorter kick this time. Ball takes a bounce.
Ball's live. It's live. Is that Bears ball?
I believe the Bears got it. Let's pull them up off the pile here.
Waiting for the signal from the official.
Nation is limping off the field. He did not get the ball. They're still scrambling for it.
Still waiting for the official.
See here on the Country Mart instant replay.
It's Henry County ball. Henry County on it.
After the kick, the Wildcats take over from their own.
The ball bounced off Nation's knee up to about the 17, 18-yard line.
Oh, and there was a collision going for that football, too. I mean, Spencer County doing all they could to try to get that football. Great coverage downfield. And, of course, we know, Bo, on a kickoff, that ball's 10 yards beyond where it was kicked. It's live. It doesn't even matter if it touched anybody or not. So having it hit Blake and be able to bounce off of him, giving more time to the coverage team to try to get that football back.
King stood up. I believe that was Tanner Schuler.
Stuffed by King of Bears.
Yeah, that was number 55, Tanner Schuler in there on that tackle. Tanner already on the season, 27 tackles so far for him on the season, and just an incredible effort coming from that young man.
And that guy goes both ways too, John.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him a lot out as the lead blocker on a lot of those runs. And off again met in the backfield, slips a tackle. Now Matthews has got a little bit of running room, going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Nick Stowe coming in from behind to get that stop, but still a stop that should not have happened at the 35-yard line. As you look at the Country Mart instant replay, multiple guys with opportunity to get him in the backfield. I believe Jacob Biller coming up, making first contact with him, and just player after player from Spencer County coming up, getting a hand on him. But you cannot arm tackle a guy this big, this strong, that just really yearns for contact the way Ray Matthews does. You're going to have to be able to hit him, get a hold of him, wrap him up and put him on the ground.
Trips out to the right, handoff again to Matthews. He goes to the left, gets around the edge. He's going to get pushed out of bounds about the 45-yard line by Tanner Schuler.
Yeah, I believe there was a
Bears coach is calling for a hold.
Yeah, there was
us,
a couple different guys I felt like got held, one on the inside, one on the outside during that play, and no flag from the officials. Talked about how clean it was to start, but right here as you see a guy trying to come up through and is held and thrown to the ground, and right here number 3 even hangs on a little bit too long for my taste. A few different times, as I said, officials could have thrown that flag, and they didn't. First down, Henry County.
Matthews again gets through the middle, runs into his own player. Might have been the only thing that saved him from not getting in the end zone.
Oh, Coach Tyler Eldridge is livid, too, with his defense right now. Defensive line not taking care of their assignments. We talked about keys to the game. Need to have some nastiness up there from those guys tonight. They have to be able to take care of their assignments, fill gaps, keep those blockers off those linebackers. That's exactly what's happening right now. As you'll notice, this Henry County offensive line getting to the second level. And that getting to the second level, getting blocks on Keenan Carnes, on Nick Stowe, that's killing us with our opportunity to try to shut these guys down at the line of scrimmage.
King hands off to Nation. Makes a man miss, gets struck down by Stowe. Going to pick up about 2 on that
Short
play.
gain on the play.
6.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Second down and 8 for the Wildcats at the
3-yard gain on the play. Second.
Spencer County
and
26-yard line. King again from the shotgun. Hand off to Matthews. Hit again in the backfield. Pushed back by the Bears. Actually slipped one tackle there, John.
Yeah, Ian Blanford coming around off of his end position to be able to make that initial contact. I love it. I love that he makes this initial contact. The only thing we need to see different on a play like this is when Ian Blanford, you'll see him here on the left side of your screen, at the snap of the football, he's coming down the line, makes that hit. He has to wrap up, Bo. He cannot just make contact. Has to wrap that guy up. Even if he himself doesn't get Ray Matthews on the ground, wrap up, hold on to him, help will come.
King, screen pass out to Gillingham. Drug down somebody, I believe it was Stowe.
Yeah, he did.
Not let go.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you was talking about with Blanford.
Hang on.
Got a hand on there, hang on to him, help's coming.
And now you're in a fourth and pretty uncomfortable if you're Coach Wright over there for the Henry County Wildcats. You're looking at 4th and 8. You know, I know your screen says 4th and 6. That's what the scoreboard says here. Looking at the down mark on the offside of the field, 8 yards to go on this 4th down, making it very uncomfortable for this play call. And they're definitely going for it here on 4th down and not in position to punt. Too far for a field goal. As you see here, Jordan King trying to get the defense to jump offside. Great discipline by the defensive line there. Not
Try
to fall
to get
for
a free 5 out of that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, 4th and 3 is just a whole heck of a lot better than 4th and 8, you know, if you're going for it. So we'll wait and see what Coach Wright comes up with on this timeout and what he wants to do. But, again, not really a spot for their field goal unit to come on the field. Awful short field for them to try to punt the ball right here. Bo, you almost have to go for it. You have to go for it. You know, a punter in this situation, the ball on the 26, he kicks it, it goes into the end zone. You're going to net 6 yards is all you're going to gain by being able to put that ball, you know, if he kicks it into the end zone. The ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. Spencer County will have the football. So, you know, if you can get those 6 yards at least, in an effort to try to pick up the first down and not even get the first down, it all just comes out in the wash. But you at least got to try if you're Coach Wright, and that's exactly what he's doing as we're seeing Jordan King come back out on the field.
You got Nation out in the slot this time, over here on the near side with Lyons. King from the shotgun, 2 wide out each way. Looks to pass. He's going long, trying to go to Nation, and that ball is knocked down.
Pass falls incomplete, and the Bears take over on down.
Great job over there on the outside. I believe that was Drew Barron on the coverage. I say great job, but as we'll see here on the Country Mart Instant Replay, I could have probably had a flag thrown against him as he gets a little hand on, doesn't look back for the football, comes across the body of the receiver. Could have been called for defensive pass interference, but, you know, I'll respect the officials on that. Not just because that was a call in our favor, but because we saw on that drive 2 different holds on one play that they didn't throw a flag on. So if the officials are going to take it easy, kind of let the teams play a little bit, and not throw the flag on those holding calls. I'm glad they didn't throw it on that defensive pass interference.
4 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in the half. Bears, 2 out wide to the right. Man goes in motion. Stewart drops back to pass. Throws the ball just over the hand of Drew Barron. Incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete.
Second down and 10. Ball just a little bit overthrown there. Phelps checking in for the Bears. Clock stops with the incomplete pass.
Want to give a shout out our buddy Todd up there in Henry County right now watching the game, just seeing a text from him talking about how we got a bunch of country boys out here in a slobber knocker of a match to quote him. And Todd, we appreciate you being with us, watching this game. We know you're up way past your bedtime right now if you're still watching this game, but we're glad you're with us. Actually, a guy from Newcastle himself, and so his kids grew up going to Henry County High School. But we like to give Todd a hard time. But again, Todd, thanks for being with us tonight.
Timeout here by Spencer County. Not a bad timeout. Still got one left. 4:37 left to go.
And now you wonder if you're Coach Marksberry. We've seen this game kind of just developed into be this slow type of monotony, just working your way down the field nice and easy. 4.5 minutes left to go in the half, and Henry County's going to receive the kickoff to start the second half. And so if you're Spencer County, you definitely want to get yourself in a spot to put some points on the board before halftime, but it's not been the typical pace of the game.
Quick screen out to Marksberry, nothing there.
Oh, there's a flag for a late hit, I believe. A late hit or a face mask, I think.
On the screen, flag on the play.
Still, it looks to be in the area of a 15-yarder here. We're hearing from our sideline reporter Morgan down there that she saw a face mask on that play. And that's what we're going to get here. Face mask, not the personal foul nature.
Face mask.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, but still. Going to get some positive yards for Spencer County, and there we see it right there. The hands on it, let go right away. Not something that was done in a malicious type of way to Kellen Marksberry.
Second down, 5. Stewart again from the gun. Bears 2 out wide to the left. Handoff. Brody Phelps
just running hard.
Phelps with the carry.
I talked about this, John, in the game day episode tonight.
That's good
him
for another.
And Brady Smith both are they're coming into their own here. They're starting to gain that experience, that varsity experience, and tonight it's really showed for both of them.
Now, it's funny. I'll do it because she knows I'll do it. We just shout out to Todd for watching the game. I just get a text message. My wife, originally from Northern Maine, she's actually at my father-in-law's house right now in Ashland, Maine, watching the Spencer County game, looking for a shout-out of her own. Denise, I love you, babe. Glad you're able to spend some time up there with your family. Look forward to having you back, and glad to see you watching the Spencer County Bears on a Friday night.
Carry made the Bears 41-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Pick up maybe a yard.
See, watch, I'm going to get like 16 different text messages now.
Hey, where's my shout-out?
Yeah, where's mine?
We need a sponsor for that.
Yeah, actually, it's her and her friend Diana and Diana's boyfriend Chad all sitting watching the game right now, bringing some football to Northern Maine. Not a sport that there's a whole lot of people up there for, Very small population. It's an expensive sport to have in a school. They do a lot of soccer, basketball up there, but glad to see them enjoying some high school football on a Friday night.
Very smart there, Stewart. Just hold on to that football. He does pick up about 3 on that play, John, and bring up 3rd and 6.
Carry made. So the Bears 44.
Yeah, it was smart there by Jarrett Stewart. Nothing downfield. Tuck the football. Try to get some positive yardage, even though you're bringing up a third down situation.
Bears have been successful on third down.
They have, and you're making it third and, I won't say manageable for 3rd and 6. For that, I like it to be under 3rd and 5. But still, it's 3rd and close to manageable here. So still a lot of things you can do offensively. But Spencer County really struggling to find space on this field, especially in their running attack, trying to get to the outside, trying to use their speed. Henry County up to the task on it.
Marksbury coming around the right edge. He's going to get hit for about a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Upcoming 4th down.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have the Country Mart instant replay. Ryan Toby there, 61 for Spencer County, pulls to the outside and actually just runs right by the defender that made the tackle. You'll see it right here. Has to open his eyes. There he goes right past the defender that comes up to make that stop, and you have to be able to see that. You have to be able to sense that when you run around to the outside and you're a guard pulling to get these blocks. Already just was talking about how Spencer County struggled some in the open field on the outside to find space, and just how good of a job Henry County is getting side to side on this field to be able to stretch out plays. Them doing what they're doing, and then you take an offensive lineman come around like that, not pick up the block he needs to pick up, and it spells disaster for Spencer County and their sweep attack. It's going to bring up 4th down, though, and
put the punt team out there. Let Tommy boot it real good.
We bragged on him for his kickoffs. Now you get an opportunity to see it, just what a weapon he is and what he's able to do to potentially flip the field for the Bears. I don't really want to jinx him and put too much pressure on him, though. I probably shouldn't have said that. But.
Definitely the right call here by Coach Marksbury. Make them go the length of the field. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half. McCullum and Nation back deep. Everybody else up here on the line, John, probably coming for this. We'll get flags all over the field. False start by the Bears.
5-yard penalty, replay, 4th down.
Push the Bears back 5 yards, 4th and 13, now on the 37.
High kick.
By Childress, high kick, fair catch called at the 37-yard line by McCullum.
After the punt, the Wildcats take over from their own.
Minute 48 left to go in the half, Bo, and decent field position for the Wildcat offense as they're going to come out on the field. And really kind of an opportunity if you're Coach Wright, where you're looking at that clock, you're looking at your offense, you're looking at some of the chunk yardage you've been able to pick up, and just really want to try to put together a good, quick drive to throw points on the board, because once again, Henry County to receive the second half kickoff, and so it's a chance for them to maybe double up on points. Don't really know their situation with the kicker, the type of distance he has to be able to put another 3 on the board, but Spencer County needing to make a good stop here.
Screen pass out to Matthews, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet. Not much of a gain there, John, but 3 missed tackles there by the Bears.
He is a load.
I mean, 2nd and 7.
They're going to give him 3-yard gain on that, but just the contact, loves the contact, and how he's able to absorb that hit and be able to stay on his feet. That's why we have to wrap up. As defenders, you have to wrap up and hold on to this guy.
Twins both ways for the Wildcats. King again looking to pass. Pass is complete to Gillingham up at the Spencer County 40-yard line. 1st down for the Wildcats.
I think he got out of bounds, too.
40-yard line, 1st and 10.
I'm not sure. I know the clock will stop for them to move the chains. And now they're firing the clock. No, he was down inside. I believe they're firing the clock. I saw a signal to fire the clock.
Clock is still not started. King from the gun. Drop back. Looking to pass again. Going long. This time it's Gillingham again. That ball is incomplete. No, Gillingham's on this side.
Pass falls incomplete. Flag on the play.
We do have a flag in the backfield. It's going to be in the area of holding, but let's look at this replay here. they're trying to work that fade route to the outside. The same thing Spencer County did early in the game to Kellen Marksberry. And just how you were able to get him to the outside, be able to turn him away from that free safety, to turn him away from help, and make it difficult for that corner to be able to stay with him. And so it's a great way to attack if you're Henry County.
On the offense.
But you're also,
First and 20.
with that penalty, just putting yourself behind the chains. Now, the clock is stopped with the incomplete pass, but now half the field still to go, minute 5 left to go. And, again, we don't have any idea what type of kicker they have either, if they'll even be able to get in range to go for 3.
Across the middle, tipped, almost intercepted. Trying to go to Gillingham across the middle.
20.
Nation over here by himself, John.
Yeah, and frustrated, too, at that and the fact that he was just there. But, this is the type of thing that you get sometimes from high school quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure, looking at this, watching film earlier in the week of Jordan King, type of quarterback that's going to sit there and look for his receiver. He knows when the football snapped to him where he wants to go, stares down that receiver. And so if you're a free safety, if you're Paxton Truitt out here for the Spencer County Bears, watch his eyes. He'll take you to where the football's going.
Coming around near side, pass is incomplete. Should have been caught by Nation. It's going to bring up 3rd and 20. And with these incomplete passes, John, the clock stops.
Yeah. I mean, the clock stops, which helps Henry County in this situation, but that's exactly why they were running the play that they were running right there. Blake Nation coming to the outside. We're under a minute to go. Both teams only with 1 timeout left in this half, and if they're able to get that completion, yes, it was only about a 5-yard gain, but it's better than 3rd and 20. It would be 4th and 15, and you have the clock stopped.
You get the ball back here, John, and start the second half. If I'm Henry County, I just run here and run the clock out.
Yeah.
They're going to throw.
And he's
broke 1 tackle.
And he's not going to break another. Sacked in the backfield.
On the quarterback.
Jacob Biller in there on the sack, the second effort from the defensive end being able to get Jordan King on the ground. Going to be a turnover on downs, which, of course, that stops the clock.
25.
But you see here this initial contact.
Timeout taken.
Turn Jordan King away, and then Jacob Biller coming in from the other side. Second effort to be able to get him wrapped up and get him on the ground, giving Spencer County good field position to be able to start this drive. And
Spencer County calls a timeout here, too, try to save that 44 seconds.
Exactly. We got 4th and I thought it was turnover on downs. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's 4th and 25 right now. But it's going to force the punt. Potentially give Spencer County good field position. Still use their timeout, try to get everything set up the way they needed to. Spencer County likely to maybe try something on first down, see what happens, see what they want to do to attack. But honestly, I look for Coach Marksberry to just get the ball away from Henry County, run this clock out, get to halftime, and make his adjustments and come out in the second half with a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, but if you just want to run the clock out, you don't burn your timeout there. High snap. Kick is up. Right to Marksberry's got plenty of room. We got a flag.
Yeah, you're going to have a hold back here. They're going to get Drew Barron, number 13. We do have a flag in the backfield, too. I think, no? Yeah, I see it now, over by the 40-yard line. See what these penalties are. The referee comes out to the middle of the field. We're going to have an illegal procedure against Henry County, a holding against Spencer County. Procedural call like that, Bo, I would imagine was probably not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Have to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage if you're snapping the ball on the offensive side. More than likely, not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Talking to Coach Marksberry to see what he wants to do. There's our calls again. The penalties are going to offset. Spencer County is going to have them re-kick. Coach Marksberry may be rolling the dice a little bit here. I didn't think the field position was all that bad after that first punt, but still going to try to make them do it again, see if he can't get something a little bit better to work with.
Henry County's going to call their last time out here. We're going to talk about this. 32 seconds, John. I don't know what they do here.
I don't know, but this seems to be, at least for these two coaches, an extremely important 32 seconds. You know, we've seen the timeout going in on the end of the third down play with the sack, and Coach Marksberry tried to save a little bit of clock right there.
Yeah.
But here, you know, the clock stopped already. Henry County obviously wanted to make some adjustments. It's possible maybe the coaches even saw where it was not enough guys on line of scrimmage, wanting to make sure they get everybody lined up where they're supposed to be before they make the snap of the football. But, yeah.
You can't take the timeouts with you. If you got one, you might as well take it.
I mean, if you just want to sit there and talk about, you know, what was on TV last night or something, I don't know, whatever they need to do there in the timeout to try to get things together. But still,
now Spencer County with nobody back.
Playing safe right here, making sure they don't see a fake after that timeout. Ball punted out of bounds, looking like about the 25, 26-yard line, I believe, is where the official's going to spot it. Where Spencer County will take over.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
Probably going to get one play here, unless they throw the ball.
Well, yeah, and that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to see something, whether it's a run or a pass to the outside. You know, Spencer County not having any timeouts, you got to get out of bounds if you're going to try to do anything offensively on this possession. So I imagine Coach Marksberry is going to see this first play. He's going to see how this goes, what kind of positive yardage they can get out of it, where it sets him up, and then use that as kind of a barometer to how he wants to approach the rest of it, whether the second play he just kind of runs it up the middle just to get the clock running or kneels it on it or whatever to get to halftime. But still, this first play, this means everything to him right now in the decision he's going to make for the rest of the half.
Stewart under center. Inside handoff. Not going to get much on that. Get forward about 3 yards, maybe 2.
Yeah, and that's going to be it right there. Yeah.
Short gain on the carry.
And Marksberry taking his headset off.
Yeah, waving his team in.
At the end of the first half, it's the Bears 10, the Wildcats 7.
So your score at the half, Spencer County 10, Henry County 7. We're going to go down to Morgan here in just a second, get a word with Coach Marksberry. Folks, stick around. We do have the 20-year reunion. We're going to try to get some of that on here so you can see it. And then Morgan is going to interview.
Oh, and keep in mind, celebrity guest picker last week is up here with us again tonight, back with us doing our stats for us. Coach Howie up here with the unofficial stats of the game, which we kind of inside joke, got to point that out every once in a while, but thankful to have him up here. Let's go down to Morgan. I believe she's going to have Coach Marksberry on the sideline. Morgan, do you got him?
Yep. Hey, Coach, good first half.
Well, other than the one run, the very first play of the game, our defense played really well. We missed a few tackles back there, stuff that we can clean up. I thought they would have a hard time moving the ball, and that one run they made, and now they are bringing a lot of pressure, and they're getting us, they're confusing us up there. But there's some things that we got that we can take advantage of, and we'll get in here and get some stuff cleaned up and get a better idea of what they're doing up front, and hopefully have a good second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Morgan, and thank you, Coach Marksberry. Again, your score at the half, Spencer County 10, Henry County 7. We're going to step away here on the Doherty's Body Shop and Service Center Game of the Week. When we come back, the Dryer Vent Squad halftime show here on GHP Sports.
Class of 20.
Dryer Vent Squad of Louisville reminds you that clogged or restricted dryer vents are the primary cause of dryer vent fires. Have your dryer exhaust vents inspected and cleaned by a professional at least once a year. Presented by the Dryer Vent Squad of Louisville. Dryer vent cleaning, rerouting, and repairing. Stay safe, save money and time. 502-712-0333. dryerventsquad.com. Dryer Vent Squad, we get the lint out.
Country Mart in Taylorsville has the finest selection of freshly butchered meats, produce, and all of the other ingredients to make your mealtime a victory. If you're running short on time or just don't feel like cooking, Country Mart is the only place in Taylorsville to get delicious Champs chicken. Dine in or take it to go. Your family will love it. Make sure to use your Country Mart card to save on food and earn points at the pump. Country Mart, your local grocery, proudly serving Taylorsville and all of Spencer County for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School.
20 years
the
of football.
Dryer Vent Squad halftime show as we see some of the past Spencer County High School football players making their way out to midfield. Folks, this is the ones that got it all started, John.
They do.
You know, all you kids at home that's sitting at home watching this game here tonight, you know, that this is the ones you need to thank when you see them for having a football squad here at Spencer County.
Yeah, and really, credit to these guys, credit to the coaching staff that we've had for the length of time that Spencer County's had football. You know, all this stuff combined has created winning teams, and we've talked about it many times, but winning breeds winning. You know, you get some of these young kids that are here now, whether they're, you know, little league age, whether they're mid-schoolers or whatever, they see the environment that we have here at Bear Stadium, and they want to be a part of that. They want to be football players. They want to be out here on a Friday night. Brings all that talent in, the talent gets developed and just keeps filtering up to the high school level. And, you know, as we talked last week, I will make mention, Wednesday night, by the way, I'll plug them, I don't care, 6 o'clock here at the high school.
Absolutely.
We have first round of the playoffs for our middle school Grizzlies football team that's been undefeated on the season, home field advantage for the duration of playoffs. They win Wednesday night. They'll play the following
Thursday.
Week from that Thursday, the next Thursday, for the championship here. So you're not doing anything Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. You know, want to be able to come down, cheer on some of these younger future Bears. You know, come down here. They've got a great thing going over there at the middle school right now, and it's just feeding right into this high school program.
John, let's look at a few stats from our first half. Here on the Dryer Vent Squad halftime show, Spencer County, 19 rushes for 50 yards in that first half. Jarrett Stewart was 5 of 7, so five completions for 89 yards for Stewart. Penalties, they had 2 for 10 yards. Third down conversions, 5 of 8. And Kyle Brensel made the 23-yard field goal for the Bears. For Henry County, 12 rushes for 129 yards, 3 receptions for 22 yards. They were 3 of 6 throwing the football. 2 penalties for 15, 0 of 3 on third down, 1 of 2 on fourth down for the Henry County Wildcats. And we go back and look at some individual leaders here. For the Bears, running the football, Brody Phelps, 6 rushes for 24 yards. John, that's a hard 24 yards.
It was a hard 24 yards and very impressive 24 yards. You talk about a young man that just would not be denied. We talked about Ray Matthews early in the game, and I'm sure you'll get to his stats here in a little bit, and just how much he searches out looking for that contact when he's running the football. Brody Phelps looking eerily similar, you know, getting that contact, still driving his legs, falling forward. Every time he's carried the football, he's fell forward.
Kellen Marksbury, 6 rushes for 10 yards. Ethan Hampton, 1 for 5. Jarrett Stewart, 3 for 4. Keenan Carnes, 1 for 4. And Danny Armstrong, 2 for 3. And we talked about Jarrett Stewart was 5 of 7, 5 of 8 for 89 yards and a touchdown. Receiving the ball, Kellen Marksbury, 3 catches for 51, and Brady Smith, 2 for 38. For Henry County, rushing the football, we have Blake Nation, 3 for 76 yards, and John, pretty much all of them on 1 carry.
It was, yeah, it was.
Ray Matthews, 8 rushes for 58 yards, and then King, 1 for -5. Passing the ball, King is 3 of 6 for 22 yards, and receiving Gillingham, 1 catch for 19 yards. Ray Matthews, 1 for 3, and Nation, 1 for no gain.
and a lot of what we expected from this Henry County Wildcat offense. It's
and we'd like to thank Coach Howie for that.
Oh, we would. We might give him a hard time up here from time to time, talk about the unofficial stats and all this kind of stuff, and the fact that he's a Duke fan and that his blues a little too light for our taste. But regardless, still great to have Coach Howie up here with us, working with us. We appreciate him donating his time to be able to do this. But still, looking at those stats, Bo, Henry County doing pretty much what we expected, throughout the season. Looking at their stats they had coming into this game, Ray Matthews was leading the team with 700 yards rushing. And then, of course, Blake Nation was second in that rushing category with 200 yards. And you look at the type of comparison you had. Of course, Blake Nation, more yardage than what Ray Matthews has so far in this game. But like you said, it was one big breakaway run. Not typical. And so the typical thing happening from Ray Matthews right now, big guy slugging it out, going up the middle, and hard to bring down. Spencer County definitely going to have to address that in the locker room at halftime, making sure you got guys coming to help, pick up this guy. Because really, other than that one run from Blake Nation, Ray Matthews has been the offense for this Wildcat team. And then on top of that, we talk about Jordan King throwing the football with Kyle Gillingham, the one pass reception for 19 yards. But other than that, not really a lot's happened. And that's the quintessential Wildcat team that we saw leading into the game last week. And then enter North Oldham, and North Oldham, Jordan King kind of went off that game, 175 yards passing, which just wasn't typical for him. But even so, Spencer County got an opportunity to kind of see that. And you could see the preparation from the defense from Spencer County in that secondary being ready for that. Obviously, not seeing a whole lot of passing happening from Henry County on any downs that surprises you. You're seeing it 3rd and long, 4th and long type of situations to where they're putting the ball up. Easy for Coach Tyler Eldridge, the defensive coordinator for Spencer County, to kind of pick up on, be able to get his guys set up, whether it's cover 2, cover 3 type of look back in the secondary, and being able to get these stops on the defensive side of the ball and making it difficult for Jordan King. And then enter on that last drive, that last 3rd down, where you had Ian Blanford come in and make the initial contact on Jordan King, and Jacob Biller come across from the other side and with a second effort be able to pick up the sack. I mean, as long as that defensive line can do things like that, can get that pressure, our secondary knows what's going on, you've turned this Wildcat offense really into a one-dimensional offense that's running the ball. And again, other than one long run from Blake Nation, you turned it into a one-dimensional offense that Ray Matthews is really the only one that's consistently having success against this Bears defense.
That game last week, the Henry County North Oldham game, has proved to me to be very beneficial for Coach Marksbury. Seeing that game, seeing what Henry County was successful in throwing the football, we've kind of shut that down a little bit.
We have.
And seeing how successful Jace Bullock and the Mustangs were throwing the football against Henry County, we've also been successful at that, with Jarrett Stewart being 5 of 8.
Yeah, and that's, again, to the benefit of Spencer County to see that, and almost to the dismay of a North Oldham team that had to come back in the 4th quarter to win, because early in that game, watching that North Oldham game versus Henry County, you could see these two rushing attacks going at each other. Very low-scoring affair in that first half, and it really forced these teams to come up with something else. And Coach Wright comes out, starts throwing the ball around a little bit more with Jordan King and getting success with that passing offense and giving themselves an opportunity to win against a very good North Oldham football team. But, as you say, Bo, he tipped his cards right there. He kind of showed some stuff that – going back, probably he wouldn't wanted to have shown, knowing that he ended up taking the loss anyway. But it just gives that material to future teams like Spencer County tonight to see exactly what Jordan King's able to do, exactly what Kyle Gillingham is able to do, he and Blake Nation both as receivers, and be prepared for that. Have those coverages set up. Have those blitz packages set up with the linebackers and defensive linemen, the stunts, the different things that they do to try to get pressure on Jordan King. All preparation simply because Coach Wright kind of tipped his hand a little bit and showed what Jordan King could do against North Oldham. Spencer County is just not having it tonight.
Henry County with 151 total yards of offense, John. 74 of them on that one play.
Yeah, half of their yardage.
So half of their yardage. Other than that, Spencer County's given it up 77 yards of offense to these Henry County Wildcats.
On 3 possessions at that. So,
and even we talked about that, even after that play, they had the ball at the 6-yard line. It took them 4 plays to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
So even they played well even after that down there as they got close to the end zone.
Well, and it's really, it kind of, even though they were able to get the touchdown with Ray Matthews, it's one of those things that, you have to get those stops down there. But we're hearing in our ears right now, if we're going to go down to our game day set, Morgan has a guest down there with her. What do you got down there, Morgan?
Sorry, introduce yourself and what class were you in here?
Check. Oh, hey, it's working. Okay, hey, my name is Austin Collins. I'm from the 2007 graduating class.
Nice to meet you. I'm under the impression that you organized the reunion.
Yeah, I was digging around a couple weeks ago, and I looked back, and I realized that this is our 20th year of celebrating football in Spencer County, and so I thought it would be great if we could all come together and be a part of the community, revisit some old faces, and just kind of enjoy some time together.
Yeah, what's it been like being back?
Oh, it's been great. Everybody is coming back now, and they've got their families out and seeing everybody's kids running around and, just checking in. It's been really great, and it's the backbone of a community like this. It's a great part of our tradition, and we're so proud of, the beautiful facilities that have been built out. We're proud of the team, and, we're glad to see the Bears winning.
Right. I'm sure a lot's changed in the last 20 years. What's different around here?
I was here the day that the first post was set in the ground. I was here the day that the concrete was poured on the original field goal post. This thing has evolved and grown into something that I never would have imagined, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break here on the Dryer Vent Squad halftime show. When we come back, the second half here at Spencer County High School on GHP Sports.
What a tool. He could hit a gas line.
Wait, he's contacting 811.
They'll mark the underground utilities free.
Turns out he is smarter than he looks.
Know what's below 811 before you dig.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center, offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
Back here at Spencer County High Schools, we get ready to start the second half of the Dougherty's Body Shop Service Center game of the week.
Sure, they're going to throw a couple more minutes on that clock to let these guys warm up. Team's just now really coming out onto the field here. Spencer County trying to stretch. Some extended half times in the locker room for both of these teams. Yep. I mean, I imagine a lot to talk about, too. A Henry County defense that's really shown up about 90% of the time. It's the 10% of the time that's hurting them, whether it's penalty-type situations or whether it's leaving some space for some receivers or runners to get to and causing it to be able for Spencer County to be able to keep the drives alive. On the other side, Spencer County, as we mentioned, coming in, their offensive line really something that's I'm sure was addressed inside those four walls at halftime, and the fact that these guys have to get their blocks, especially you run that wing tee offense, you have that pre-snap motion, you have everything going on in the backfield to try to take the eyes off of what's actually going to happen. But a lot of times, whether it's a jet motion, swing motion coming across the line, you'll use that as an opportunity to run a sweep. And we've seen a few different times offensive linemen for Spencer County come around to lead block for that sweep, something that we've been good at for years. And having these guys be able to get out there and get some great blocks, and the blocks have just been whipped.
Those plays are all dependent on that offensive lineman getting out there and getting those guards. If not, you're leaving that guy out there with a lot of times 2 people out there waiting on him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what you're wanting to do in that sweep. You want to get out there and you want that lead blocker to pick up the first guy he comes across. And ideally, there's only going to be maybe one other guy there that the running back has to try to beat. But you get running towards the sidelines, whiff on the block, 2 different guys there to try to pick him up. There's really nowhere to go. You got the gang tackle happening. You have the sidelines coming up on you. And Spencer County just really suffering on the outside, which is something we're not used to seeing from the Spencer County team. We're used to them able to use their speed as they get around the edge to be able to pick up a lot of positive yardage. And right now, really, a lot of the yards Spencer County's picking up is coming between the tackles. And so it's one of those things that offensive line doing a decent job there in the middle, being able to pull across any type of trap play, any type of counter, anything that Spencer County wants to run on the inside, able to get some decent blocking there. But you can't continue to live and die by the runs between the tackles, because if we don't have that outside threat, look for Henry County just to load the box up on us.
We tried to compare schedules, John, when we look at some of these teams. And like we said, looking at Western Hills last week, we knew going into the game, despite their 4-0 record, we were the better team.
Yeah.
We had a lot of those same thoughts with Henry County up until last week.
Exactly.
North Oldham right now, number 2 in the RPI in 4A. And Spencer County actually with a 2-4 record right now is number 11 in the RPI. This Henry County squad is number 13. So they're right there also in that same area as these. So, and we're seeing that on the scoreboard with a 10-7 score as we get ready to start the second half.
Again, going to come down to adjustments. We talked about this after the first 2 possessions of the game. Which coach is going to be able to make the right adjustments? Of course, Spencer County defense also having to find an answer for bringing Ray Matthews down. Just a hard runner and somebody that they're going to have to gang tackle and be able to make sure they know where he's at. Again, Jordan King, not really much of any sort of influence on this game right now, throwing the ball. Secondary doing a great job. And Bo, going into this game, if I'm Coach Marksberry, if I'm Coach Eldridge, if this Wildcat team's going to win the game, if they're going to win this second half, I'm going to force them to do it through the air.
Childress on the kick. Boots that one. It's going to land about the 5-yard line. Nation brings the ball up the middle, switches course, tries to get around left edge. He's beat a couple people, goes out of bounds about the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 41. Excellent field possession for the Wildcats to start the second half.
41-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to frustrate a special teams coach right there, in the fact that, you have these coverages set up. When you kick the ball, you end up having guys going down the field, and they need to stay in lanes. You've got it designed on how they're going to go down there. Somebody's going to have outside contain. Somebody's going to be working. You're just going to have like a wall built up around what's going on. Too many guys sucked into the middle to try to get that stop, open up that lane on the outside, and they're able to get a good return out of it.
Too wide on the short side of the field. Should have been a flag. Nothing called. Matthews up the middle. He's going to get a forward push for about 6 yards. Still on his feet. They're going to give him forward progress up to about the 49-yard line.
The Wildcat 48, 2nd and 5.
Officially mark it at the 48.
Yeah, good game for Ray Matthews right there, and so far, not what Spencer County wanted to see right off. This is what Coach Wright has going for him so far in this game. We do, like I said, had that one big run by Blake Nation, but other than that, it's been a steady dose of Ray Matthews, and going to continue to see that as we see Ray put out in the slot right now.
Nation up the middle. He's going to get forward across midfield to the 49, pick up a 3.
3rd and 1.
Bring up 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats.
Situation right here where if I'm Coach Wright, number 7's getting the football. As he's lined up in the backfield, split off to the left side of Jordan King. I mean, you have to feed your big guy right here.
And they do. Gets across, gets the first down, and more. And get up to about the 40-yard line.
First down for the Wildcats.
Pick up a 9 for Matthews.
40.
1st and 10 Wildcats. Right now moving the ball with ease, John.
Yeah, not what we need to see. Spencer County defense going to have to come up with an answer right here. Right now, Henry County's basically running at them at will. A little bit of a fumble on the handoff.
Yeah. They have lost a yard there.
Threw the timing off, given opportunity there for
2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was Wyatt Lockard able to come across and be able to make that stop. I mean, it's just those split seconds, those little problems that can happen sometimes in the backfield, and what those cause and the delay.
Ian Blanford around the legs also. Matthews again.
Oh, Nick Stowe not having it.
Short gain on the carry.
That got back to the original line of scrimmage, bring up 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Bang, bang, bang.
Again, in one of those spots that we found ourselves in multiple times with both teams already, in a spot where you almost got to consider this 4-down territory if you're Coach Wright in the Henry County Wildcats. And so you're at a spot where really if you can pick up half of this, maybe a little bit better than half of this, you're going to get yourself in a 4th and comfortable type of situation. Spencer County going to need to be prepared for that stuff in the middle. Try the medium routes,
King looking to pass, nowhere to go. That could be grounding, John. That did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Outside the tackle box.
Outside the tackle box, you're right.
Did not get back to line of scrimmage. No receiver over there, but he did get outside the tackle box. Going to bring up 4th and 10, and now still at the 40-yard line, maybe see a punt. I don't know. This is one of those that now if you punt from here, even if you punt it into the end zone, you're going to net 20 yards on the punt and be able to keep Spencer County back a little bit. So
they're going for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this call. I think I got to punt the football. My defense has been playing pretty well.
Unless it's a pooch kick by the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not doing this if I'm them. But
4 wide. King looks to pass. He's in trouble. Gets rid of the ball. It's going to be out of bounds. Turnover on downs.
How about that for nastiness from that defensive line? We talked about the keys of the game and what they had to do. And, Bo, right now, I don't care. They could shave their heads and carry cards as lunatics. I don't care. Those guys are playing great right now, getting a lot of pressure on Jordan King. And, again, I didn't agree with that call with Coach Wright. Glad he did it. It helps out Spencer County in this, being able to get the ball on their own 40-yard line instead of their own 20-yard line. But still – I don't agree with that call. If I'm Coach Wright, I'm punting the football, I'm taking my chances, letting my defense do something, and now giving Spencer County a little bit shorter field, a team that is coming out hungry in this second half to see if they could get something going and try to build on this lead. As close as this game is and as few possessions as there's going to be, just a score or two is going to make the difference by the end of the game. Short gain
by the Bears, going to pick up about 3 on that play.
Short gain there by Spencer County, and again, got to get a little bit better blocking up front. I mean, you got too many guys that are standing up and looking for somebody and standing around looking for them on that offensive line rather than getting upfield and get a hat on a guy. And for the same reason I talked about our offensive line needing to be able, our defensive line being able to take care of their own and keep our linebackers clean. We need to make Henry County's defensive line do that to us. We got to be able to get to that second level, get those blocks up there to try to extend the yardage on some of these runs.
It's time to give it to Marksbury. He tries to cut back, same result. Gets forward for maybe a half yard.
Yeah, that situation right there. Tanner Schuler was the guy pulling around the outside and just whiffed on that block coming around the outside. Got to have that block. You talked about it, Bo. Those are the keys to those runs. When you run those sweeps, that initial hit, that first guy they come across, you have to seal that guy off. If you don't, he's going to more than likely tackle you for no gain, maybe a short gain, but a lot of times even a tackle for loss. And so you leave yourself in a situation like this, 3rd and 9. Spencer County's done well on 3rd downs in this game, but you can't continue to leave yourself in these 3rd and long situations.
Stewart looks to pass, going across the middle, got Eric Henry open, completes the pass, gets across the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Stewart,
22-yard gain.
Good for another.
I've been looking for that all season.
All season.
Eric Henry coming back out to Spencer County this year, senior year, playing tight end for us, how he's able to release off this line. And because he's not been targeted a lot this year, I doubt he was anybody that the Wildcats were really paying attention to coming across the middle and able to find a nice little cushion in that defense. Nice pitch and catch right there. And I tell you what, once again, third and long situation.
Third down conversion.
Yeah, Jarrett Stewart coming up big with his passing game right now to be able to keep the sticks going down the field and keep the drive alive.
Bears going with this one wide out each way quite a bit in the second half. Marksbury to the near side. Handoff. Danny
nice.
Makes a man miss. Going to get forward across the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
And I tell you, if he didn't make a man miss, he was going to be hurting right there. Two guys coming up for Henry County making that initial contact on Danny Armstrong. Really, I believe in the backfield. It wasn't even close. I don't even think he was to the line of scrimmage. But still, making that contact, him able to split those defenders as he come around that outside, and then there's nobody in front of him for another 5 or 6 yards. A good gain for him. Going to leave second and short.
Bearing out wide to the right. Spencer County calls a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Bears.
We see Country Mart instant replay of that run by Armstrong.
Yeah, as the two defenders come up, just split, just whoop, and gone. He was right there. Making it to where he was able to get to that second level. I was talking about that with our offensive line. They have to be able to get to those linebackers, be able to get those secondary blocks. If you don't, you're giving Brody Staples and the rest of the linebackers just an opportunity to run free. They run free, they're hurting us. They're the ones that's stringing out these plays to the sidelines. They're the ones that's getting these tackles for loss. They're the ones getting pressure on Jarrett Stewart from time to time. You have to make sure you get to those athletes and make that defensive line earn it. Make that defensive line try to keep you from getting there, slow them down, not get the penetration that they're after, and get some positive yards.
Second one for the Bears. Handoff goes back to Marksbury. He cuts upfield, gets around the right edge.
Oh, he's going to get in. Touchdown, Bears!
Number 3.
John, that play has failed twice miserably in this game.
Yep.
Marksbury goes back to the well.
Yep.
And it converts for a touchdown.
Oh, and a great call right there. Again, lulling the defense to sleep, going to those running backs initially with the first act of motion to be able to run that counter on the inside, be able to get him cut upfield. Defense was not ready for it. They were biting on what their eyes were seeing for the first time. And of course, Kellen Marksbury, you get him to the outside with the speed he has, nobody's going to catch him.
Brentzel on for the PAT. And it is good. Your score with 5:32 left to go in the third. Spencer County 17, Henry County 7. Got the Country Mart instant replay here. Original handoff goes to Brody Phelps and then back to Marksbury.
Yeah, a little reverse action for that counter, and it was just blocked beautifully by the offensive line. Kellen Marksbury gets to the outside again. The speed he has, nobody's going to catch him, and that's how you want to catch a defense off guard if you're Coach Marksbury. And again, we've got ourselves to a point where this game has been whittled down to only a few possessions for each team, and five and a half minutes left to go in the third quarter. Spencer County with a 10-point lead. I mentioned when it happened in the first half.
The field goal.
That field goal, and just how important those 3 points were. And right now it's got it as a 2-score game and a difficult uphill battle for the Henry County Wildcats.
Boy, Kellen's a different player when he's healthy.
Oh, he is. He is.
Childress on to kick. Low line drive. Takes a couple bounces. Nation fields it at the 8. Tries to go up the middle. Met about the 23-yard line. Taken down there.
And I'm sure there was a coach in the ears of some players after that initial kickoff to start the second half. And we talked about how Spencer County had kind of collapsed their coverage, and Nation able to get to the outside and be able to get a good return on that to bring it out around the 40-yard line. That time, if you look, Bo, guys stayed in their lanes. They were able to get downfield, nowhere to go for the runner, and you get a good stop to put them back at the 23-yard line to start this drive. Probably the worst field position they've had all night to start. No, I take that back. We had the kick into the end zone.
Hand off to Nation. They run the right side, met about the line of scrimmage, taken down. Nick Stowe.
No gain on the carry.
Yeah, Jacob Biller out there too. Here we see the kick. Now watch this. Watch where you see Keenan Carnes. You see Ethan Hampton on the outside. These guys going straight upfield and not turning back towards where the football was. That's the key to the coverage on that kickoff. You cannot get everybody sucked into one spot. You get a guy like Blake Nation, we talked about, with the speed he has in open field, you cannot give him that open space. I'm sure that was a result of some good coaching on the sideline, making those adjustments to make sure our coverage team was where they were supposed to be.
Pitch goes out to Matthews. It's around the left edge, runs right into would-be tacklers. Taken down finally by Drew Barron.
A taste of their own medicine right there for the Henry County Wildcats. That's exactly what they've been doing to Spencer County on a lot of these sweeps. Spencer County trying to get guys out into that space on the outside. Henry County doing a good job coming down the line, stringing it out to the sidelines. That time, Spencer County defense knew their assignments. They filled in, made that wall, and worked their way to the sidelines with the runner, giving him nowhere to go. A gang tackle, and now you leave yourself with about a 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats, who's just doing whatever they can to keep this drive alive and put some points on the board.
King looking to pass. Rolls out to the right. Throws on the run. Caught. We do have a flag.
I think that's not going to be a flag in our favor either.
Flag on the play.
That's Jordan King getting up off the ground. I know Nick Stowe was in the vicinity of him trying to get pressure on him as he threw the ball. I imagine that's going to be a roughing the passer, and it is.
Personal foul on the Bears. 15-yard penalty.
You're going to tack that on the end of the run and really turn in a bad play into something even worse.
First and 10 for the Wildcats from the Bears, 34.
Ball moved up to the 34-yard line.
Other than the run by Blake Nation early in the game, that's the biggest gain for the Wildcat offense so far in one play.
And off to Matthews. Might have got forward for 1 yard there.
On the carry, second down.
Host of Bears in on the tackle.
Yeah, Jacob Biller once again getting up from that pile, in on that tackle, and that's what we need to see from this defensive line. Fill those gaps. Take care of your assignment. Too many times early in this game, defensive line getting pushed around. You know, you get that offensive line gets leverage and gets you turned the direction they want. They're blowing these holes open. Defensive line, get to where you're supposed to be, stand your ground, make the stop.
King going to keep it himself. Get enough for the first down. We do have a flag back at the 30.
Yeah, it's coming back, I believe, right there. I saw a block in the back at best on this call. And it's also when you get on those outside plays like that, a lot of times you'll come across holding with the blocking on the outside. We'll see what the official has here for the call. I personally seen a block in the back, whatever they called. Holding. They're going to call the hold.
Holding on the Wildcats.
That's going to back them up 10 yards.
Upcoming 2nd and 8.
They have not placed the football yet.
It depends now in KHSAA where the flag was, where the penalty was committed.
There they go. That's spot of the foul. They had the right call there. Spot of the foul.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 12. 2 out wide to the right, 1 to the left. King from the gun. Screen pass goes out to McCullum. Makes the man miss. Goes down the sideline. Missed tackles again by the Bears. And McCullum gets forward for the first down.
Really haven't seen that play a whole lot. We talked about it in pregame and how they like to use Blake Nation out there where they'll put twins out on one side, even trips every once in a while, and try to run bubble screens to the outside. Something that they really haven't done a lot. And, of course, I mentioned, too, that's something where offensive coordinators are going to be watching that defense. They're going to see that defense with their eyes in the backfield, and that's when you're going to hit somebody with a play like that. And right there, it burnt Spencer County.
And off up the middle. Matthews drug down from behind. Not before he picks up about 8 yards on that play.
And look at what that did. Look at what that bubble screen was able to accomplish just one play later. Spencer County doing such a great job between the tackles in this drive, being able to slow down Ray Matthews and keep him from being too much of an effect on this game. One play thrown to the outside in that little bubble screen, and Spencer County's, their interior spread back out, allowing holes to be made. Ray Matthews getting positive yards up the middle.
Matthews again gets forward across the 10. Good enough for another first down.
The Bears 8-yard line. First down for the Wildcats.
This is a gritty football game right here, Bo. This is kind of what we expected. We talked about going into the game last week against Western Hills and kind of looking ahead a little bit at Henry County. We kind of seen both teams the same way, just simply because the schedules they had played were so weak. Then Henry County plays North Oldham, and we wondered, did North Oldham just have a bad game? And now looking at this, I don't know that North Oldham had a bad game. Henry County, a tough out.
And Matthews into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown for the Wildcats. Number 7, Ray Matthews.
$77-yard drive. Morgan Wilson on for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 140 left to go in the third. Spencer County 17, Henry County 14.
See, let's look here at the middle of this, what we had going on with that run, because, of course, another hole got blown open for this touchdown. As he pulls across, able to get a good block on Jacob Biller, just to slow him down. I said good block. Really, it wasn't. He kind of chipped around him, but that chipping effect slowed down Jacob enough that he's not able to crash down on that B gap and be able to get that stop. So it's one of those things that I was really impressed with what I seen at the beginning of that drive from the defense and what they were able to do. One play where long pass play, and then Nick Stowe with a personal foul, with the roughing the passer call, and it just kind of changed the whole attitude of the defense, which is in a matter of a few seconds. Have to put that to bed. Have to get that out of your mind, because we still got 1:40 left to go in this third quarter, another 12 minutes here to go in the fourth quarter of football that needs to be played, and only a 3-point lead. Right now, Spencer County needing to come out in this drive and see if they can answer this Henry County team, get that cushion back again.
Low line drive kick right at Ethan Hampton. Hampton gets across the 30, makes a man miss. Going to go down about the 39-yard line. Spencer County will start their first and 10. That's been about where most of their drives have started, John, just short of that 40-yard line, right around the 40.
Yeah, and, Henry County, sorry, you don't have Tommy Childress kicking off for you. You're not able to get that big leg to be able to try to keep offenses deep, but still giving good field position to Spencer County many, many times and giving a short field to them, and a team that's really been very resilient. I don't know exact stats right now on what we are on third down conversions, but that alone speaks for what Spencer County's offense has been able to do in this game and how they've been able to keep drives alive to put points on the board.
Stewart from the gun. Handoff. Danny Armstrong bounces it to the outside. Just picked up 2 on that play. Second down and 8. Spencer County is 6 of 9, John, on third down.
Yeah, thank you. I had to get the unofficial stats from Johnny Howie over here. Yeah. At least he's not wearing that awful blue tonight, Goodness.
Second down and 8 as we're under a minute to go in the third.
I mean, seriously, how threatening is powder blue? I mean, really, powder blue.
Stewart. Handoff goes to Phelps. Gets around the left edge. Met by Gillingham. Pulls him forward for about 2 more yards.
No gain on the carry.
Nathan Corum getting up a little slow there. Linebacker for Henry County is he was kind of in the middle of all that with some of that block and kind of got twisted up, turned around. It's a Henry County team, though. If you look at that opposite sideline, it's not very deep, really. I mean, it's a team that doesn't have a lot of
players,
guys.
I think, is what I counted.
Yeah, injuries is something. We talk about it with Spencer County, how we have these players that we really got to have, but we'll get to that when we start the second quarter, though, or fourth quarter. I'm sorry.
So your score after 3, Spencer County 17, Henry County 14. We'll be back on the Darty's Body Shop and Service Center Game of the Week here on GHP Sports.
Curious what your home is worth? Visit brownrealty.com. Brown Realty, serving Spencer County and beyond for nearly 20 years. Brown Realty, your local realtor.
Back at Spencer County High School as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Spencer County leads Henry County 17-14, and this is just a good old-fashioned slobber knocker, John.
Well, yeah, to quote Todd, who's probably in bed by now, I'm sure. But still, for him to say this is just country boys out here on the field just kind of beating the crap out of each other almost. Did have Coach Howie over here while we were on break talk about if we're going to talk about him, he wants a microphone so he can at least defend himself. But,
we
sorry.
can't give him a microphone.
No.
We'll not get a word in.
Well, he's sitting in a chair, but it's not the chair that he gets for basketball, so it won't be too painful maybe. He doesn't get too comfortable.
Stewart, look to pass. He's got Barron across the middle. Barron gets up to about the 30-yard line.
Stewart.
27-yard gain. Jarrett Stewart to Drew Barron. And John, we've seen that Coach Marksbury talked about getting other people involved. We see here on our Country Mart Instant Replay.
The twins on this outside of the formation and how they're able to have that crossing action right there. Kellen Marksbury doing more of a fly route fade type of a thing. And then Drew Barron running that slant back to the inside, really having that Kellen go to the outside, Drew being able to cut across, keeps that corner from wanting to commit to the inside, leaving that free safety kind of out on an island. Drew Barron getting underneath him.
This time hits Barron again. We got a flag on the play. Barron gets down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. Flag came out quick.
Yeah, that's in the area of holding, too, I believe, on Spencer County. Kellen Marksbury kind of limping a little bit as he comes to the sidelines. We're going to have a chop block
on Spencer County.
We saw that last week, too. We'll see it here on the instant replay. Chop block simply, you got an offensive lineman going down to take legs, but it only matters if there was a guy engaged on top. And that's a legal block. I don't understand why they would call that call. Nobody engaged up high. Connor Lawson goes down low. But it's not the way the officials see it. That's going to back us up 15 yards.
From the Wildcats, 45.
And really,
First and 25.
Yeah, put us behind the sticks here.
I mean, we go from the 8 to the 45.
Yeah, Kellen Marksbury still on the sidelines right now, limping, trying to stretch something out.
Barron out wide to the short side of the field. Stewart under center. Handoff. Oh, we got to get a face mask there.
Yeah, there we go. I think a horse collar, if nothing else.
Flag on the play.
Phelps taken down for a 5-yard loss. But
you see here as he comes across, was that no, it wasn't Gilliam. That was Staples, actually, getting his hand down the backside of the jersey on the back of the pads. Personal foul, horse collar tackle on the defense.
Personal foul on the defense, horse collar.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. That's what the killer is in that situation for the Henry County defenses. You don't only get the yardage, the 15 yards, but now the sticks are actually going to kind of get back into a spot to where, okay, we're first down. We didn't need to get that 25 yards. It's little mistakes like that that'll drive a coach crazy.
First and 10 Bears on the Henry County 30. Stewart drops back, looks to pass, nowhere to go. Now he goes back, just throws it away.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
No.
Yep. Nothing there.
No, but I tell you something I am impressed with when it comes to Jarrett Stewart as a quarterback. We've talked about Coach Crescent being new to this team and somebody who Coach Marksberry has used to be able to work with his quarterbacks. We talked Jordan King.
Quarterback whisperer, he called it.
Yeah, basically. Earlier in this game with Jordan King for Henry County, we noticed the fact that when he's throwing the football, he's staring down receivers. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. If you're a free safety back there, read his eyes. You know where to go to, follow it. It'll take you to the football. Situation like that, we actually see Jarrett Stewart actually check down a couple different receivers while he's buying time in the pocket, and that's a good trait to have if you're him. If you're going to have all these people running these routes, you might as well see who's open.
Handoff goes to Kellen. Gets down the sideline. Jumps out of bounds just inside the 20.
Going to be close to a first down, depending on where they spot it.
It's a first down.
Holding on the Bears.
Goodness. I didn't see that. We'll see what the Country Mart Instant Replay shows. There it was. Connor Lawson right there on Kyle Gillingham. Had a hold of the back of the jersey and just not letting him go, being able to make that hole. And that's something, it sucks when you're an offensive lineman and you get beat. When somebody gets position on you and everything, but still, to be able to grab a hold of a guy like that, you got to expect that flag to be thrown every time.
2nd and 20 now for the Bears.
Yeah, once again, we've got ourselves behind the sticks, and we got a little bit of something in our ears we haven't heard all night. Phillips, is that you on the sidelines?
As they came over and handed me the microphone, said take over. So here we are at a great ball game. Great ball game here.
We're going to have an incomplete pass, a forward pass.
Staples had Jarrett, and he shot a two-hand jump shot to try to get the ball over.
It reminded me of a soccer player throwing the ball in from the sidelines right there over your head. So we've got it sounds like we got Phillips with us for the remainder of the game. Phillips, you talked about how good of a ball game is it. What's your view been like down there?
Jarrett Stewart has thrown the ball extremely well tonight. I don't know what all y'all have been talking. I'm sure y'all have been talking about that some, but he has made some huge third down throws tonight. I feel like he's taken a big step or two forward tonight. Defense is playing well. This could be we might need a stand at the end of the game.
3rd and 20. Handoff goes to Marksburg. Cuts up field. It's going to get up to about the 31-yard line. Pickup of 9. Bring up 4th and 11.
Little roughness there at the end of that after the whistle blown. Official's not throwing a flag there. But we got 4th down, 4th and 11. Not in a spot where we're going to try to kick a field goal, not in a spot where we're going to punt the ball. Again, we talked about this with Henry County. You don't stand to net a lot of yardage if you happen to put it into the end zone. So, of course, Jarrett Stewart back out on the field. Is Spencer County going to go for it here, Bo?
Got a flag on play.
That's going to be against the defense, too. We've got an offsides. Dead ball offsides. That's going to be a free 5 yards. Going to bring
Spencer
up
County.
What?
It's a new one on me, John.
Yeah. I've been around football for a long time, and I ain't never seen that. If we can get a shot down the line, which we really can't, Spencer County up there.
Somebody lined up offside?
Somebody lined up offsides.
I'm guessing that's the only thing I could figure is somebody must have lined up offsides, but
still going for it.
4th and 16 as we go under 9 minutes to go. Stewart looks to pass. He's going long. He's got Barron long. Dives.
Got to throw the flag. Got to throw the flag. Terrible right there as the defender gets on top of Drew Barron before the ball even gets there.
Wildcats take over on downs, 1st and 10.
As we see here on the Country Mart Instant Replay.
Stewart with all kinds of time to be able to get that pass off. Drew Barron with his man beat. doesn't even look back for the ball, makes contact before Drew Barron has a chance to catch that football, Bo. That's pass interference every time. But, of course, I'm not going to complain too much. Earlier in the game, I did say Spencer County likely to have had a pass interference called against them that was not called. So officials doing a good job calling it fair. Just kind of hate it in a situation like that now it's a turnover on downs, and Henry County's got the ball back.
Matthews will pick up maybe a half yard on that play.
On the carry, second.
Very, very important drive here.
We're going to see a steady dose of Ray Matthews on this drive.
Well, what Coach Wright for the Henry County Wildcats, what he's going to try to do here, 8.5 minutes, just shade under 8.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Obviously needing a score, whether it's a field goal to tie, touchdown to win. He's going to try to use as much of this clock as he possibly can, assuming that he's going to score and leave Spencer County with very little time to try to retaliate. Spencer County, situation like this, great stop on first down, need to get that 3 and out. You know, if they do pick up a first down, need to shut him down on the next one, but try to get that football back with some time to eat it.
King going long. Ball's almost picked off.
Pass falls incomplete.
Oh, he had a chance at that one.
Drew Barron over there on the coverage, looking back, being able to get in front of the defender. Ball slightly underthrown by Jordan King. And in a situation like that, stops the clock, too, with that incomplete pass. And so 3rd and long coming up for Henry County. Once again, other than that one run, Ray Matthews is about all they've had that's went right for them on the offensive side of the ball. And so come out after halftime, Spencer County defense making great adjustments, gang tackling Ray Matthews, and now that's left Coach Wright and quarterback Jordan King looking for an answer.
Twins to the right, one to the left. King look to pass, fakes. He's got Gillingham open. He gets hit, still going down the sideline, taken out of bounds by Marksbury at the 26-yard line.
A little bit of a stop-and-go type of a hitch there on that route. Gillingham coming downfield, and just kind of a double move that he kind of did, being able to stop, turn, come back, and go on downfield. Nobody able to hang with him. Great route ran by Kyle Gillingham getting open. As you'll see this right here, as he comes up the field, he's going to stop, draw the defender up, and then take off, and just nobody can get back with him, and great route.
Matthews up the middle, flag coming out.
That's going to be an area of holding. I believe number 50 there had Ian Blanford in the backfield. See what the official says. Holding is the call on the offense. It'd be 10-yard penalty. It'd be 1st and 20 for the Henry County Wildcats. Tell you what, Bo, we hadn't really talked about it a whole lot. Good crowd here tonight.
No.
And we've grown accustomed to it. That more than likely is why we haven't mentioned it yet. But a lot of people here, a lot of people standing around and around the outside of the fence. Henry County actually even bringing a good crowd with them tonight. A lot of their fans standing along the fence and here to support this 4-1 team.
Pitch goes to Matthews, looking for room. Gets met at the 33. He's going to get down to about the 31-yard line.
2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 now. Spencer County needs to get this stop. This is an important down right here to be able to try to keep them behind the chains, force a 3rd and long, because once again, it's been a common theme tonight where offenses are getting 2nd long, 3rd long, where they're in 4-down territory. So you know Coach Wright, especially as the clock is dwindling down, is going to have to go for it even if 4th down comes. Spencer County needs to make that happen.
Pitch to Nation. Gets the right side. Gets across the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
Paxton Truitt coming up from his safety spot to make the stop right there for Spencer County. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5-ish, 4-ish. Closer to 5. We'll call it 3rd and 5. And this is where I talk about it being 3rd and manageable. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to pick up 5 yards. Gotta tighten up. Really need to stop. The tackle for loss here would be great.
And goes in motion. Hand off to Matthews. Bounces it out to the outside. Drug down from behind. Kellen Marksburg.
Yep.
No game.
Going to bring up a fourth down.
Yep.
This is going to be, I don't know if he's actually being aired right now. We've got Phillips in our ear talking about it, and he's right. This is a spot where Coach Wright's going to send his offense out there and definitely going to try to get our defensive line to jump off. Need that discipline. Do not move unless you see that football move. They're going to try to get a cheap 5 on us. Wyatt Lockard right there comes up out of his stance, gets in the neutral zone, gets the flag thrown on him, and that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. You don't see that ball move, you don't move.
False start.
Oh, they're calling false start.
5-yard penalty.
False start, going to back him up. Did not see anybody on the Henry County line move. I don't know if we'll have that on the Country Mart instant replay. All I saw was Wyatt Lockard jump.
That's going to bring up 4th and 9.
Once again, got to be disciplined. And after that happened,
where's Gillingham, John?
Yeah, exactly. I got him up in the slot right here, far side
King
of the field.
looking to pass. He's going long. Got McCollum open. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Touchdown for the Wildcats. Number 4, Brandon McCollum.
Somebody we haven't seen targeted too awful much by Jordan King, and Spencer County hadn't seen it either. Left him out there on an island, man coverage, able to run that fade route to the outside edge, and wide open for the 6. I mean, it's what can you say?
Wilson on for the PAT. Let's make it to where the Bears have to have a touchdown. Kick is up. And it is good.
Yep.
With 5:04 left to go in the game. Henry County 21, Spencer County 17. As you see our Country Mart instant replay.
King looking that way the entire time. Knew he was going to come to this side, and no help over there for Paxton Truitt as he's trying to pick up that receiver, but those fade routes that go to the outside, no help over the top. It's really hard to stay with that guy, and good pitch and catch. I mean, it was what it was.
Give
Jordan
King credit. He put that ball on the money.
Definitely put that ball to where only his guy was going to be able to make that reception. But now Spencer County offense got to step up. You just took a shot in the mouth right there from Henry County being able to take this lead, 4-point lead, 5 minutes left to go in the game. You've got to answer. And I'll say it. We've had some great offensive plays, but we've also had a lot of mistakes made by Henry County that's kept our drives alive. And so Spencer County going to have to dig deep right here, see what they can do to be able to get that football moved down the field and see if they can't punch it in. They have to get it in the end zone. Keep that in mind. 4-point game now. Have to get it in the end zone.
Let's see if Henry County notices this here. Spencer County has switched Kellen Marksbury and Ethan Hampton. They've been going to Ethan every time, and they pooch kick it to Ethan. Comes around to this left side. Nowhere to go. Face mask.
Yep.
Flags everywhere.
4 or 5 different flags coming in.
I mean, his head turned all the way around.
Officials are going to get together and try to sort this out. Here we got the replay, the Country Mart instant replay of this return. And, Bo, you talked about it, the fact that they had switched positions on the field, and apparently Henry County noticed. They went to Ethan Hampton every time, trying to keep the speedster Kellen Marksbury from getting those returns. And right there, just ripped his head around with that face mask. We do have a holding call against Spencer County. We have a personal foul face mask against the Henry County Wildcats.
Hold on the defense. A hold on the return team. Face mask on the kicking team.
Talking to Marksbury there, see what we're going to do. Holding Spencer County. Personal foul face mask. Offset.
Offsetting penalties. The Bears will take over 1st and 10.
You can. or you could take the ball where the ball was. And Spencer County lining up as if they want to have Henry County kick the ball again. And that's what they're going to do. Officials are taking ball back to the 40-yard line. Henry County will call upon their kicker again. And,
this kicker's not long, John, and we just talked the last time Spencer County got the ball on the kickoff. And they've been right around that 40-yard line every time. So.
Yeah. Well, and something else I noticed, of course, watching proved me wrong on this one. Kicker not really getting a lot of air underneath the football. If you kick these line shots, ball gets to the return man a lot faster. He's able to make some ground, be able to do some things to get into space with defenders further away. As I watch Bo here count to 11. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do it. Some late people coming in onto the field for Spencer County, and I'm just glad he didn't take his shoes off to get there. So,
Eastern Kentucky math. Wilson re-kicking the football. Going again to Hampton. This time fields it at the 22. Hampton coming to the left side.
Got a little bit of a wall over here.
Marksbury with an excellent block. Hampton gets across midfield, drug down from behind inside the 45-yard line.
I believe they're going to mark him right at the 45-yard line.
Great return by number
Still positive territory for Spencer County. Great return by Ethan Hampton. Even better job done by the kickoff return team here as they were able to get around the outside and build this wall.
This block by Kellen Marksbury, I mean.
As you see, just the flow. Everybody running. Everybody knew it was a set.
Kellen's already locked up here.
Yep. Coming up field and looking for somebody.
1st and 10 Bears from the Henry County 45. Handoff. Armstrong breaks through, gets across the 40, goes out of bounds about the 33-yard line.
Carry made the Wildcats 31, and that's good for another.
It's about a 12-yard gain, 13-yard gain for Armstrong.
Glad to see that. We've struggled a little bit with some penalties on that last possession, some blocking, whether it be the chop block, whether it be some hold calls. But great blocking on this side that time, be able to blow that hole open. Danny Armstrong getting upfield for positive yards. We talked about him many times in many games on how he is such a threat when he hits open field. If nobody's around him, plenty of space, he's going to turn on those jets. And I won't say he's as fast as Kellen, but he's pretty close.
Smith and Barron out wide to the right. Inside handoff again goes to Armstrong, gets across the 30.
Gillingham in there on the stop.
Plenty of time left. We got 4 minutes left.
Flag on the play. Illegal shift against Spencer County. It's going to back them up 5 yards. Still be first down, 1st and 15. 4 minutes left to go in this game. And Phillips, I don't know if our viewers at home could hear him just in our ear, Bo, talking about time management in this fourth quarter. When you got, the clock starts now. It's under 4 minutes. Obviously, Spencer County needs to score. They need 6 points here, need the touchdown. But you could actually score too fast if you're not careful. You got to get your first downs, but
Armstrong bounces off a tackler at the 40, then runs over one at the 35.
But as I was saying, you don't want to give yourself a spot to where you're going to have that football go back to Henry County with a lot of time on the clock. We saw in that last drive them pick up some chunk yardage, be able to throw the ball. The touchdown itself coming on a 4th and long. And so to try to limit the amount of time they would have to be able to get down the field, potentially kick a field goal for a tie or a touchdown for a win, Spencer County's got to be really careful. This time management is going to be very important.
2nd and 13. Stewart drops the pass, looks across the middle, hits Barron. Barron makes a man miss across the 20, gets pushed down about the 10-yard line.
To Barron, and that's good for another.
Look at the Country Mart instant replays. You see Drew Barron coming across the middle of the formation right here after Kellen Marksbury went high, just able to stay underneath him to find that little soft spot in the zone. Do want to take an opportunity right now to remind you, 2:40 left to go in the game. Stay with us for the end of the game where we will have the Kelly Hubbock coaches interview. We will also have the Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game interview. So stay with us. Bo and I will have our thoughts, some stats at the end of the game, for the Teacup postgame show.
Barron out to the left. Stewart under center. Handoff. Gets up to about the 5-yard line.
Carry made for the Wildcats 5 yards.
Brody Phelps there on that run. Keep in mind you can get a first down on this about the 1 yard, 1.5 yard line. Bears would be able to pick up a first down, but still 2nd down and 5 right now for Spencer County after Brody Phelps with another hard run in this game. Somebody who has kind of been a little bit of an unsung hero for the Bears, and being able to take that contact, roll with it, continue to work forward, falling forward on a lot of plays. I mean, that's every time he's carried the football, Bo, I believe we've seen him fall forward when he's made contact.
2nd and 4, minute 37 left to go in the game. Bears trail by 4. Bears can pick up a first down. We're going to get a Spencer County timeout.
Not a bad idea right here. A minute and a half left to go in the game. This is the ball game. We're on that end of the field. We have to get in the end zone, as you mentioned, can pick up a first down if we're able to get to the 1 or just right around that 1 yard line. It's kind of hard to see from where we are up here. But Coach Marksbury, 2nd down, definitely wants to make sure he's got things going in the right direction. This is a crucial play. If Henry County's defense, who's had some success in this game tackling in the backfield, if they're able to try to push us back, if they're able to get a tackle for loss, make that 3rd down a little bit more difficult, then it becomes a play call and what Coach Marksbury is willing to do. Right now, very important 2nd down, and now we're at a spot where clock really doesn't matter as long as Spencer County doesn't run out of time. Right now, you're at a spot where even on this next play, you get the touchdown, you're happy with it, you go on. Just under a minute and a half left to go to the game and force Henry County to go the length of the field to try to score.
Minute 32 left. Now they're calling it 2nd and 5. Ball on the 6-yard line. Handoff. Marksbury breaks across his man.
Touchdown Bears!
Kellen Marksbury with a 6-yard run.
Huge play right there. We struggled with it all game. We struggled with these offensive linemen being able to come around and pick up some blocks. Did a great job there, getting their guys. Kellen Marksbury dealing with the contact to be able to get through in that last little push to get into the end zone. 6 points, just what we needed. Now Kyle Brensel, if he can tackle in this one more point, is going to force them to, if they kick a field goal, only tie. The only way they could win is a touchdown. So important. We do have a replay coming after this kick.
And the kick is no good.
Don't like that. Let's see this Country Mart instant replay of this touchdown.
Handoff Marksbury coming around that edge.
Blockers just out in front, picking up the people they needed, and Kellen Marksbury would not be denied. In for 6. Extra point kind of hurt us. It's hard to see from up here. I don't want to reference Ace Ventura Pet Detective, but it looked like the laces were towards Kyle Brensel there. Laces out. And so make it kind of difficult for a kicker to be able to put that through the uprights, but still leaves with a 2-point lead. Minute 25 left to go. And
Henry County with all 3 timeouts.
They have all 3 timeouts. We also have Tommy Childress. This is a point in time where if I'm Coach Marksbury, I want Tommy to kick the crap out of this football. Put it in the end zone. Don't give them a chance for a return. Force them to go 80 yards.
Low kick. Sails over the head of one would-be player into the end zone. Touchback.
That's a good start.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
I think we might have a Country Mart instant replay of the extra point. We might be able to see. I could swear I seen the laces toward. See, you see the laces back, and that's what it was. Ball didn't get turned. Kyle Brensel kicking the laces, and that's never a good
give
thing.
You credit, John. That's good eyes from
you
up
like
here.
that?
I do.
You like that? How about that, huh? Quality commentating from up here on the press box.
1st and 10 Wildcats. Minute 25 to go. Field goal will win it. Official waving his hand. King looks to pass. He's going across the middle. McCullum just outside. John, I think he's got to make that catch.
He does have to make that catch, and Spencer County corners really need to do a better job of sticking with him. Kellen Marksbury coming across over top to try to help, but still not able to really make up enough ground to affect the pass too much. And really, I'm with you, Bo. That's a pass that's got to be caught. Only advantage for Henry County in that situation does stop the clock. Minute 21 left to go. Still, as you mentioned, have all 3 timeouts, 2nd and 10.
2 out wide each way. King looking to pass again. Goes across the middle.
Oh, picked off! Picked off!
Brady Smith with the interception.
Flag on the play. We're going to get a celebration.
Yeah, excessive celebration over here.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Back us up, ref. I don't care. That'll work. Interception will stand. Spencer County football.
Flag on the play.
We do have a player down for Henry County. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit, so stretching him
Smith
out.
jumped that route from the outside. John tapped it to himself. The old tip drill.
Yeah, Spencer County will get tagged here with 15 yards. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for that celebration. Sideline, actually, infraction. That may not even actually be a penalty. That would be a warning. Sideline warning on Spencer County. Pressure coming. Biller's coming from the outside. Tackle's coming up from the middle. Force Jordan King into something. And let's go down to Phillips on the sidelines.
Beauty of football, beauty of sports. The play before, Brady Smith has probably beat that kid going across the middle. If he tries to catch that ball with 2 hands, it's a catch and maybe to the house. And Brady recoups and comes back and makes a play. Man, that's what growing up on the football field's about right there. That was pretty cool to see.
Now here's
it's great to see out of a sophomore too.
Yeah, it is. And here's a situation where saving those timeouts is going to help Coach Wright maybe a little bit. Of course, Spencer County not going to see anything fancy. You know, be gritty. Don't worry about being pretty type of thing. What I talked about with the keys to the game, we just got to cover the points, run the football, keep that clock running, force them to use their timeouts.
Spencer County just used their last timeout. I think they were up against the play clock there, John.
Yeah, they may have been. They may have been.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
All right, coming back from the timeout here, Spencer County going to line up with a single wide out here. Again, Bo, look for them to run the football. This is something just to keep the clock moving, force Henry County to use those timeouts.
Cover them points. Armstrong up the middle. He's going to get forward for about a yard. We're going to get a Henry County timeout.
Just as we suspect that. We expected that to happen.
Timeout. Wildcats.
And this
even worst case scenario, John, we're close to being in field goal range here anyway.
We are.
Field
goal helps. I'm not saying it would hurt because it puts you up by 5, force them to score a touchdown.
But you're going to force them to burn all their timeouts here. They've got 2 timeouts
left, and you want them to use those and still find a way. If Spencer County picks up a first down, this game's over. That's really what it boils down to. Force them to use the timeouts, pick up the first down. Now, if we can't, then you probably pretty much have to. You have to kick that field goal to take that out of the equation for Henry County and being able to use that as an opportunity to win the game. The biggest thing is run that
Pitch
clock.
to Marksbury. It's around the left edge.
Stays in bounds. Stays in bounds.
Gets down to.
Coach Wright's out to the numbers calling that timeout over there, making sure he's saving as much clock as he can.
5 seconds run off the clock there. Kellen gets across the 15 to the 14.
Wildcats.
3rd down and 4 for the Bears. As Henry County calls their 2nd timeout of the half.
Big game for Spencer County tonight. We haven't really talked about the implications of this game coming in. We don't really want to try to look ahead too much. Spencer County right now, if we'll pull up, we have a graphic on the screen, I believe, or we will have with the district standings right now. Spencer County sitting in 3rd place. Henry County tied for 4th right now. But if Spencer County is able to get this win and have secured 2 district wins of the 5 that they'll play, that's going to put them in a 4th place position at worst. And so the top 4 teams are only teams that are going to qualify for playoffs. So Spencer County getting this win tonight all but ensures the fact that they will be involved in the postseason and gives them, of course, more opportunity throughout these other district games to maybe advance and get home field advantage.
And off again to Marksbury. He's going to get thrown out of bounds.
Can't believe there wasn't a flag on that.
Right
both
by
players,
Phillips there.
Both players out of bounds and the toss almost to the track.
He don't have to use his timeout here either, John.
No.
Out of bounds.
Saves that. It's going to be 4th down and 5. Here we have the question of what we talked about. You know, what do you do? If I'm Coach Marksbury, I do believe I kick this field goal. I believe I take that equation off the table to where Henry County cannot get down the field and kick the field goal to win the game.
They're not kicking.
And
unless they try to, well, they don't have a timeout left, so.
Yeah, Henry still with one timeout left in this game.
Spencer County going for it. They get the 1st down here. It's the ball game.
It is. You do.
Stewart looks to pass. Lobs one up to Barham. We got a flag.
Touchdown Bears!
Flag on the play. Touchdown.
We got to see what this flag is. Drew Barham one-handed bringing that football in the corner of the end zone.
To Drew Barham.
We got to see what this call is right here. We're hearing from Phillips on the sideline. He believes it's going to be pass interference against the defense, but also another flag thrown for the celebration from the Spencer County Bears. But if that's the situation, even both flags on the field for that, Bo, the call's still going to stand.
Yes.
You know, because the
excessive celebration is after the
play. It was a dead ball foul. And so should still end up counting. And you got to think, if nothing else, they're going to try to use that 15 yards on the ensuing kickoff.
Here we go. Touchdown is good.
Touchdown is good.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Spencer County.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
And that will be assessed on the kick, I believe. So Spencer County, the 6 points is good. We haven't seen it go there. It went up on the scoreboard with the 8-point lead.
Now this virtually seals it right here,
yeah,
John.
You make it to where
got to have it's a 9-point lead here.
We need this extra point.
Brensel on for the PAT. Henry County's coming. The kick is up. And it is good.
And that'll seal it. That will do it.
51.8 seconds left. Spencer County 30, Henry County 21.
We do have a flag on that PAT, I believe. Yeah, we're going to get a...
Look at this catch here by Drew Barron.
Oh, it's a beautiful catch by Drew Barron as he's able to go up one hand, bring that football in, get both feet in. Unreal. Yeah. Yeah, so now as we come out to this kickoff, of course we had the situation down here with the unsportsmanlike conduct on the touchdown. that was going to be assessed on the
Roughing
kickoff.
the kicker.
But then we had roughing the kicker that's actually going to bring the ball back a little bit. So Spencer County going to now kick off from the 45-yard line.
Coach Marksbury, I believe, is wanting more out of this.
Just a touch under 52 seconds left to go in the game. Big win tonight for Spencer County. This was a game that you and I both questioned a little bit after, if you were here with us for pregame, we were talking about that North Oldham game that Henry County played last week and what they were able to do and how they were able to show up for that. And it kind of had us a little bit concerned, thinking that this is a team that could be a little bit difficult to shut down. A Spencer County team out here on the field, Bo, that's relatively young, relatively inexperienced. And for them to come out and answer the call the way they did in a physical game the way it was, you've got to be thrilled if you're the coaches for Spencer County.
2 touchdowns inside the last 5 minutes, John.
Yeah. Yeah, keep that in mind. Spencer County down 4 points with a minute and a half left to go, minute 32 left to go in the game, and they're able to get 2 scores like that real quick and not only just get the lead, but then with that ensuing PAT be able to seal it to where it's a 9-point lead. Now Henry County needing 2 scores to win the game and virtually impossible with only one timeout.
Spencer County got 3 DBs back 40 yards off the line of scrimmage. Nation, that ball pops out. He never caught it. Be incomplete. Be
10.
second down and 10 with 34 seconds left.
Seeing the quintessential prevent defense here from Spencer County. And speed back there in the back, and just don't let them get deeper than you. That's the only thing. Obviously, a good cushion with a 9-point lead, but you still don't want to deal with the what-ifs. You don't want to deal with, okay, they scored a touchdown, they're going to kick an onside kick and everything, and you just keep everything in front of you.
Across the middle, pass is complete. Nation gets up to midfield, taken down about the 48-yard line.
I believe they're going to call a timeout.
That's good.
It does. The first down will stop. Yep, Coach Wright's going to use his last timeout. And I tell you what, definitely don't have as many fans in the bleachers now.
All the students are down behind the end zone right now.
Yeah, waiting to storm the field right here. This is a good win. This is a team that really were unsure about coming into this game and really coming into this season, what we were going to have. A lot of things that they've had to work on. A lot of growing up had to happen for this team over these last few weeks. And really that win against Western Hills kind of made them feel a little bit more vindicated for what they had been through so far in the early part of the season and what they battled through with some of the tough teams they played. And now you come out here after a game where you blow out a Western Hills team and you have this grit and grind, back and forth, this battle, physical battle with this Henry County Wildcat team, and to be able to come out on top, I mean, that just shows resilience in a whole nother fashion for these Spencer County Bears.
King. Look at the pass. It's taken down.
Can't see who it was getting up. Oh, Ian Blanford.
Quarterback.
And the clock's going to run. They can't stop it again. So we tick under 10 seconds. Again, stay with us for the Kelly Hovey Coaches interview, the Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game interview, as Jordan King spikes the ball in frustration to stop the clock and going to bring up 4th down. And I don't believe physically this could happen. 5.5 seconds left to go in the game. Going to have to get the ball all the way down to the end zone, whether it's the throw, whether it's a run. You're not going to get it down there that fast.
At best, John, what's a 40-yard dash? A 4.3, a 4.4. Yeah, they got to go 53.
They got to go 53 yards or 52 yards, and then still have time after an onside kick to be able to get plays off to go for a field goal or touchdown. This is pretty much in the books.
King drops the pass. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, does get it off, pass is incomplete.
And that's it.
That's the ball game. We got a flag at the end
on the play.
Hold on.
Flag on the play.
The game cannot end on a defensive penalty.
That's right. We may end up with a
untimed play.
Roughing the passer here. We do have, I believe, a roughing the passer against Spencer County. Personal foul, roughing the passer. We will have one untimed down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You don't see this too often, John.
No, you don't.
So one untimed play for Henry County. Trips out to the right, one to the left. King, where he's been all night from the shotgun. Matthews on his hip. Takes the snap. Drops back. He's got Nation across the middle. Gets hit as he throws.
That's it.
Incomplete.
Exclamation point.
Keenan Carnes got to him
just
as he threw the ball.
Finishing that up.
Your final score, Spencer County 30, Henry County 21. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with the Teacup postgame show here on GHP Sports.
Hi, I'm Kelly Hubbock, and I have been a proud resident of Spencer County for nearly 15 years. As a local real estate agent, I am thrilled to be working with Brown Realty and assisting more of my neighbors and friends right here in Taylorsville with their real estate needs. I can think of no better place to put down roots, both professionally and personally, than in Spencer County. Our community sets itself apart from others in that it possesses a small town atmosphere, in addition to residents who truly go above and beyond to help one another in whatever capacity necessary. Those traits, mixed with the genuine beauty of the county, make me honored to not only live and work here, but to raise my children here as well. In addition to real estate, I serve on the executive board for the Spencer County Taylorsville Chamber of Commerce, and I look forward to working with fellow business owners and residents of our community for years to come.
Welcome back to Spencer County High School's Teacup postgame show. John, Spencer County takes this one tonight 30-21 over district rival Henry County. Spencer County improves to 3-4 on the season, and Henry County falls to 4-2. Big time win tonight. This is the best win out of the three we've got so far, John, as far as the better teams between Fairdale, Western Hills, and Henry County is by far the best. And
a lot of confidence building in the Spencer County team right now, and a lot of resilience from this team throughout this game. You know, the second half kind of sped up a little bit more when it comes to possessions, but you know, Spencer County to go into the locker room with that 3-point lead at halftime, up 10-7, and then come out and be able to hang another 20 points on the board. After the first half, very few possessions. Second half, defense is kind of figuring some things out, getting the ball more often, and then a big turnover there at the end. And in games like this where you have these two gritty teams playing each other, sometimes it's those turnovers that really end up affecting the outcome of a game. And, Spencer County able to get a turnover late to be able to seal this one up.
7 of 12, John, for the Bears tonight on third down conversions. That proved to be huge in some of those long, drawn-out drives that they had to get through. Let's go over some quick stats while Coach Marksbury is down there talking to the students, and they get ready for Coach Hall to sing. Spencer County, 34 rushes for 132 yards. Jared Stewart was 9 of 13 for 176 yards. And I'd have to go back and look through the records, John, but I'd say that's probably the most we've seen out of a Spencer County quarterback in a long time.
Yeah, throwing the ball, those are great numbers. We knew coming into this season that Jared Stewart was kind of a little bit of a secret to the district. We knew he had the ability to throw the football, and it's been really nice to see him kind of get more comfortable with it. Even in the Hart County game to start the season, first half of that game, I believe was 5 for 6, and then the second half was only 1 for 9, where he got a little frustrated in that second half. Now, as he's developed over these last few games, getting that confidence and being able to continue to execute even after something doesn't necessarily go his way. Great job there by Jarrett Stewart, and actually let the cat out of the bag right here. Going to be our Trevor Brown Construction player of the game.
Spencer County on third and fourth down tonight was 8 for 14.
We got Coach Hall down there singing with him.
I think you can hear.
That's great. I love that. Gives me chills every time. Gives me chills.
So we'll go for Henry County. 28 rushes, 180 yards, 10 completions for 156. They actually outgained Spencer County tonight.
Yeah.
Individually, let's look at some leaders. Running the football, Kellen Marksbury, 12 for 57. Brody Phelps, 10 for a hard 32, John.
Yeah.
Danny Armstrong, which proved to be great there toward the end in that fourth quarter, 7 for 30. Ethan Hampton, 1 for 5. Jared Stewart, 3 of 4. And Keenan Carnes, 1 for 4. We told you about Jarrett Stewart, 9 of 13 for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving the football, Drew Barron, three catches for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown was great, John. Reached up one-handed Odell Beckham type catch. Kellen Marksbury, 3 catches for 51. Brady Smith, 2 for 38. And Eric Henry on a big third down, 1 for 22. Let's go down to Phillips. He's got our player of the game down at our game day set. Phillips?
I forget who this is sponsored by. Will y'all tell me again?
The Trevor Brown Construction player
that's
of the game.
Homerama, Trevor Brown Construction. Don't forget that. That's Homerama now. Jared Stewart, I feel like I watched you grow up tonight on the football field a little bit, man. Like I'm a 9 of 13, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. Coming into this, did you feel like, leading up this week in practice, did you all work on something? Did you know you were going to throw it a little bit tonight?
We knew Drew was going to have a big advantage on the corners. And then Kellen, he's too fast. Kellen is too fast. Too fast.
Having a little issue with some microphones there.
Hello?
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Great. Sounds good.
We knew Drew was going to have an advantage. And then Kellen, he's too fast. They weren't going to stop him.
Tell me about the throw to Eric Henry there. There was a big throw in it looked like a really tight window there, and I think it was in the third quarter. We were going there. That was a huge third down throw. What did you see there? Do you remember that play?
Well, we've been working all year. We knew we had to get Eric involved. He's too big. He's way too good for us not throwing the ball. And then Coach Mike Cressup, who I'm with every week, he's been telling me all year, get the ball to Eric and see what he can do. And I saw the safety drops back 1 step. I knew Eric was going to be open.
Beautiful job. All right, it was 10-7 at halftime. Tell me, what was halftime like? Tell me about that. Like, what were the coaches telling you? What were they seeing? You know, what message did you get at halftime?
Well, I know whenever we got into the locker room, I was worried that we were going to stop playing hard, lay down. We were winning. So what? We came out here and played the hardest half we played all year. It was defense stepped it up big time. And then Brady Smith gets burnt, and I'm telling him, Brady, stay in the game. You're going to make a play. It makes a huge interception. We go score, and that seals the deal.
That's exactly what we talked about. That we watched Brady Smith grow up too. Well, he went one play where he actually was beat the kid across the middle if he'd have made the catch, and then the very next play he kind of ends the game. So, beautiful job. What are you doing tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'm
going to the Kentucky game.
On the Kentucky game. All
there
right.
you go. Go Cats.
All right,
go Cats.
All right. Good job, Jared Stewart. We're proud of you, man. All right. We got Coach Marksbury coming up here. Kentucky game. How do we get those tickets? Great game, Coach. What do you think, man? I love it. Like last week, it was 38-0. I'm not going to lie. I personally like this game better. You probably don't, coaching. You probably prefer 38-0, but that was a much better game to watch, man. We talked a little bit this week. You and I get that advantage to talk some. You knew that Henry County was going to bring it. You knew you were talking about some of their guys by number. We knew they're talented.
They are, and they're a senior group, and it's been tough. I mean, it's been a tough year, and it's been a tough year mentally for us. Just going through that first stretch of games, and we're getting better. You can see it on the field. To have them score and go up, and then us just match it. They kicked off. We got a holding penalty. Ethan Hampton had 2 big returns, and then we've got 2 guys out on the outside that. Once we've got our running game going, it just opens up the passing game. And we were trying to do it a little bit backwards earlier in the year. We're trying to throw it, but we've switched it all up and running the ball, and now our play action's opening up. And, we got Drew and Kellen and Eric, and, Brody ran the ball hard. Danny ran the ball hard. And, it's just it's pretty emotional, really. I mean, to go down with 5 minutes to go and see how these kids responded, especially like Brady Smith. I mean, he struggled. He had, not going to lie, he had 2 or 3 plays that really put us in a bad spot. But, we just kept telling him, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. And then he got that interception. And, Jarrett's line tonight is about what we expect. We want to complete passes, high percentage passes. And with our running game, you'll see those guys wide open. And then sometimes we had it 4th and 5. You just got to give your guys a chance to go make a play. And Drew made the play.
Do I need to get me one of them air horn sirens? 176 yards passing, Coach. I mean, that's Bo and I were talking. I don't remember ever seeing a quarterback here throw for that.
Well, the thing about it, that's what they were giving us. They had 7 guys in the box, and their linebackers were 3 yards from the ball. So if we could protect him and just let him get his fakes, the linebackers were coming up, and they were wide open in the middle of the field. And, I think we were probably rushing it a little bit early because we weren't for sure how we were going to protect. But then it got better. And, we also knew they had their safety one-on-one with Kellen earlier in the game. And, we just one of those situations, that's just a tough cover for a safety to have him running straight at you with the whole field to work with, and you don't know which way he's going. So, hey, Danny made some great runs. Brody, Ethan Hampton, all of our – you can just see us. You can just see us growing. And, look, that's a really good team. That team was 4-1. They put some numbers up against some teams. They played North Oldham over there last week. So, our defense played well. We kind of had we knew if we stopped the run, they were just going to start throwing it, which is what they did. And, we did okay. I'm happy with our defense. Our defense has showed up all year. But, that's what happens. We gave up 21 points. That's probably more than we thought we would give up, but that's what happens. The offense is supposed to complementary football. We got to help them out and score enough points to win.
So I know y'all are big on watching film. Last question. Did you also, I know that North Oldham threw the ball a little bit against Henry. We had talked about that a little bit this week. Is that where kind of that game plan came from for you to throw it?
Well, it was, but the other thing is just their guys are so close to the line. And then they got 2 safeties back deep. And when we got athletes like Kellen and Drew, it just puts them in a really bad spot. If you can't get to our quarterback, our guys are going to be open. And I think the other thing I will have to say, again, another fantastic environment tonight. Our student section was camo. The band's going by us now. Cheer, dance. Hey, it's a great night, back-to-back home games. We got a big one next Friday over Shelby County.
Yeah, we're on the road next week at Shelby, right? And then that'll lead us into fall break. So you got to keep them focused this week, right? A lot of people are ready to get out of town and do things. So we got a big night Friday night.
Yeah, it's a big game Friday night. We want to. Don't know if we can win the district, but, hey, we want that 2 seed, and we got to take them one at a time. And I think our kids will be motivated to get that last game, and we're off. We get a bye week during fall break, so everybody will get healed up and rest up. So it's awesome, and I thank everybody. It's a great night. It's fun.
I think somebody's grilling for the team, I believe. Is that right tonight?
The team's got some pork chops and burgers and all that. And, hey, the shutout shirts will be here early next week, so those guys will have them next week.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah,
great job.
Appreciate the
if
shirts.
You're out there listening next week, we're at Shelby County. If you can't watch it, we'd love for you to get there. It's not that far of a drive, right down the road. So see everybody at Shelby County next week.
That's been the joy of our schedule this year, John. The furthest away game has been Franklin County, so it's not been, not really any long trips.
Yeah, and we haven't had to go into, downtown Louisville for any games this year either, so that's kind of nice from a safety standpoint as well. So, yeah, we kind of like where our district's at. Bo, you looks like you got some scores going on over here if you want to update some people.
I don't think any of these games are final yet, but I know they're bucking up against it as we are. So, one, Franklin County and North Oldham. Franklin County's leading that game, and this is not a misprint, 60-13.
Now, wait a minute. We picked that game, didn't we? And who did you pick?
I think it was the smoke from the pork chops.
Is that what it was? You were kind of just confused right there? Yeah.
Woodford County and South Oldham. Woodford County leads that one 30-6.
And
that's enough.
Yeah.
I've heard enough of you.
I was going to say, which one did you pick there?
Shelby County leads another district game. Shelby County leads Western Hills 18-6. And the other game we picked tonight, Corbin leads Johnson Central 34-6.
So that Shelby score, that really surprises me. Of course, that being our competition next week, really you're going to hear the name throughout the week a lot of Gianni Hunter and what he is able to do as a running back for
Number
Shelby
one running
County.
Back in 4A as far as yardage is.
And for them to play a Western Hills team that our running offense just really kind of gashed last week, and for Western Hills to still be in this game with it only being 18-6, it really kind of surprises me. Kind of wonder and want to see that film. So,
yeah, can't wait for that. So, our final score here tonight, Spencer County come from behind win
30-21 over district rival Henry County. Spencer County improves to 3-4 on the year. More importantly, John, 2-1 in district play with 2 games to go.
Oh, I thought you was going to say more importantly, I improved to 14-1 with our picks.
No,
okay.
That never crossed my mind. So now these scores are coming in final. Franklin County 60-13 over North Oldham. Woodford County 30-14 over South Oldham. And, of course, our game here tonight, 30-21, Spencer over Henry. So, John, next week we will be at Shelby County.
Yes, we will.
Another
East
district
End.
game, last game before fall break. So, got to keep his kids focused for one more week and go out, take care of business, and could put us in position, John, to be playing 2 weeks later against North Oldham for what could be the second seed in the district.
Yeah, that and, also before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I mean, that's obviously a great thought. Hope it happens. But really, this win tonight, I mean, all but guarantees us at least a spot in the opening round of the playoffs. So, Spencer County, big win tonight. Again, Bo, as you mentioned, 30-21 here at home. Shelby County next Friday night, and I'm looking forward to a great matchup.
Yeah, right now, after the finals tonight, Spencer County is actually tied with North Oldham at 2-1 on the season in district play. So still a shot at that 2 seed in the district, and that's important because you get the 2 seed, you avoid Franklin in the second round.
That's right.
So that would be huge. So again, final here on our Teacup postgame show. Spencer County 30, Henry County 21. We'll see you next week at Shelby County here on GHP Sports.